Telemarketer. Yeah, okay, looks like it's working there. Looks like it's working here.
Hassan Piker is officially reaching Satan levels of cooked, okay? Bro is 666% going to jail. I've done the math. The data's empirical. This is actually a little bit insane. This might be one of the wildest videos in the franchise, and I don't think anyone else is actually covering it because, believe it or not, most people don't want to do too deep of a deep dive into the political world of Hassan Piker, but let's just say bro found another organization to support. It is truly diabolical. So this is actually peak cinema. We have reached a stage that I am really happy we've done because this is it's one of these stages of no return. We are never returning from this level of cinema. This guy found another organization to support, and he is still finding ways to be upset at everybody on the planet together.
Yeah.
Even though realistically. The West Bank is currently trying to make a deal with Israel to cut Hamas out. The Palestinians are trying to make a deal to cut Hamas out. Hamas refuses to have a ceasefire, even though they're quote-unquote getting genocided. He is losing completely. He is supporting the worst organizations you could think of, and he has just made a video that is so diabolically disingenuous, we are going to be tearing it to shreds. Grandmother 83 arrested for supporting Palestine. This is truly tragic. They arrested a tragic 83-year-old grandmother who is also a priest. Make that make
Where?
sense.
Oh,
for
in the
supporting
UK?
Palestine. All right. So, woman priest. This is red flag 1.
The
Priest with
priest?
grandchildren. That is red flag 2. Supporting Palestine, getting arrested. That's pretty suspicious. Arresting. So many different levels of suspicion going on in this video. You are not ready for what you are about to witness. Now, before we tear this video apart, because I have to introduce you to a new terrorist organization that Hassan Piker is supporting. This is diabolical. Let me introduce you to Hassan Piker. British police arresting an 80-year-old priest for holding up a sign that says, "I support Palestine action." This is horrible. I can't believe they would arrest this poor old 83-year-old priest, all for holding up a sign that
Palestine
says,
doesn't
Palestine action.
imply Hamas.
This is nothing. J.D. Vance, who, by the way, he hates all the time, and Marco Rubio made a big show about how horrible the free speech rules were in the UK. True! Now that it's an actual, egregious, cynical violation of free expression because it's against Israel, they say nothing. Now, I personally am a big fan of freedom of speech. I think that England's freedom of speech rules are absolutely diabolical. The fact that they arrest people for protesting against abortions or whatever, all right? Like, they'll arrest those people. They arrest people for saying memes about Islam. They arrest people. The free speech laws in the United Kingdom are bullshit. Vance made a whole big deal about it, and he was completely correct. And, of course, Hassan crashed out. Hassan hates J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is Hassan's least favorite person in American politics. He has made this abundantly clear. I've made an entire video in the past calling Hassan out for how much Hassan specifically hates Vance. Vance specifically is his least favorite guy. You should definitely catch up on the How Fucked is Hassan Piker franchise. That was in this special episode where he was supporting Iran. That was in this beautiful franchise over here. He went on his gigantic Vance crash out. Now, to be clear, this is a lie. This lady was not arrested for violation of free expression. She was not arrested for just holding up signs supporting Palestine. She was arrested for supporting a terrorist organization. This is not freedom of expression. This is terrorism. You are a liar, Hassan Piker, and I am about to have a very, very good day. So, in this special episode of 666% Fuck, allow me to introduce you to Palestine Action. Palestine Action is not people protesting for Palestine. Palestine Action is a UK designated terrorist organization. All right? Arrests after police officers hit with sledgehammer. Palestine Action is a movement in primarily the United Kingdom. It also has its tendrils in other places like in America also. And they have been going around vandalizing shit and beating up people, okay? Police said sledgehammers, axes, whips, and homemade weapons were seized, where Palestine Action, a movement, went out and actually beat up police officers and whacked them with sledgehammers. This is not, by the way, peacefully protesting. This is an act of terrorism. Now, to be clear, this is not the only thing Palestine Action did. Palestine Action has been doing lots of shit, like this, for example. This is surveillance videos showing a man setting himself on fire outside the Israeli consulate in Boston for Palestine Action. All right? I don't want to show you in too many graphic details. I'm not going to show you the actual video. This is a guy that lit himself on fire to be part of Palestine Action. Mostly peaceful, retards.
That's
so
wild.
this is a group from Palestine Action defacing a building in England. This is a crime. This is terrorism. There is no other way to describe this. Vandalizing buildings is an act of terrorism, without a doubt. All right, I'm gonna show you all the crazy shit that they've been doing. This is another thing that they did. They destroyed this entire bank. I guess it's because banks, Jews and banks go together. This is them, baby, destroying a bank. All right, this is absolutely violent. This is just destroying more businesses. All right, this is another thing Palestine Action did. All right, Palestine Action filmed themselves destroying portraits. All right, so this is them destroying portraits. Police end the portrait damage investigation, of course, and they've discovered it was Palestine Action that did this. Palestine Action did this other video where they ransacked a factory, smashed windows, spray painted it, lit smoke bombs.
Which is complicit in the genocide that's going on in Gaza.
Right.
They are
Right. This random factory is complicit in the genocide.
actively involved.
So I didn't
They need to
realize
shut down.
Palestine Action.
So they went and they
Well,
straight up
this
admitted that
is
they
like
were
an
actually
entire
going out and
community
vandalizing
like,
factories. Right? So
thing.
to destroy art, to destroy factories, to save Gaza, right? Obviously this is going to save the Palestinians. That Hassan doesn't care at all about, as I've proven in my previous video. He does not care, to be clear, about the Palestinians. He never cared about the Palestinians. If he cared about the Palestinians, he would not be supporting Hamas, the terrorists that started the war, that refused to end the war, and that murdered and starved their own people. But as I've covered in the past. Now this is Citibank, where they are literally ruining shit. They are vandalizing Citibank. All right, I guess banks are just, all right, Citibank finances genocide in Gaza. Let's vandalize that shit. All right. This is just mostly peaceful protests. All right, let's go, dude. Good shit. This doesn't look like freedom of expression to me. This doesn't look like peace and tolerance. All right, jamming up the locks, destroying the machines. Very cool. This is straight up vandalism and terrorism. This is teenage terrorism. This is leftist gay terrorism. The gayest terrorism of all time. Very cool. Love to see it. Them just straight up destroying machines, putting glue into different card readers and stuff like that. It's insane. So this is Palestine Action, destroying locks and doors and readers in 6 banks. All right, I'm gonna keep going because this is gonna be very fun. The FAFO is coming, right? So they stole this sculpture and they beheaded it from the University of Manchester. All right, very mentally ill people, Palestine Action. All right, that is vandalism, absolutely. I just want to make this clear. I want to make this very, very clear. This is going to be great. So, Senator Marco Rubio sent a letter to the Justice Department saying that they should open an investigation into Palestine Action, the movement, because they have been responsible for assaults, vandalism, harassment, and he sent in a letter to call them domestic terrorists. He said, listen, man, you have the right to protest peacefully for whatever you want. You have
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Just do this morning.
Okay.
You have the right to protest for shit. You have the right to cry. You have the right to scream. You have the right to speak in any way that you want. You do not have the right to be terrorist organizations. That is not legal in the United States. So, actually, it turned out that they were designated as a terrorist organization, and their Twitter account was banned. You cannot have a Twitter for a terrorist organization. That's obviously not cool. Here are just more examples of Palestine Action destroying a factory with sledgehammers. Like, they film themselves doing it, and they're surprised. When they fuck around, they're so surprised to find out. Bro, ain't nobody got tolerance for this shit. Ain't nobody. Nobody's got any tolerance or any patience for any of this garbage. What a very musical people, am I right? Destroying cars, all right, vandalizing trucks, vandalizing warehouses. This is insane. By the way, this is crazy. Yeah, they've reached the FAFO moment. They've reached it. So after they have been designated as a terrorist organization, this is the response that Palestine Action made. Their giant thing is, despite our collective efforts to stop the prescription of Palestine Action, the prescription means prescribing them as a terrorist organization. The ban will come in at midnight. At midnight, they will be counted as a terrorist organization. And they stop by, and they end their movement by saying, collectively, we will resist, and ultimately, we will win. In other words, they're gonna continue doing acts of terrorism. I mean, there's no two ways to explain it. That is what they're saying. Breaking unjust laws is a moral duty. They're basically saying that they have the moral duty to continue breaking laws because there's the genocide happening that Hamas has started and supports and doesn't want to end. And even though they support Hamas, the people that started all of this and kill their own people, it doesn't matter because they are just like Martin Luther King, according to themselves. They will continue to break laws and be terrorists. Very cool. Now, interestingly enough, they will go out there. Them. Go Hamas. Hands off Iran. Death to the IDF. October 7th was resistance. We are all Palestine Action. Billionaires shouldn't exist. Grooming gangs are a lie. All right. No, silence. Me. Men can't be women. Them. Your words are violence. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was funny. That's not relevant, but it is funny. So anyway, the MPs in England, they voted and they made Palestine Action a prescribed terrorist group. And this was a vote of 385 versus 26. 385 to 26, bro. This is a colossal FAFO because they are terrorists. They are a terrorist organization. They're going out, they're harassing people, they're assaulting people, they're beating people up. They're attacking police officers with sledgehammers and whips, destroying trucks, attacking airplanes, by the way. That's another thing. I think I have that prepared for you a little later. And 385 to 26, they were considered a terrorist organization by the British government. And then, of course, they have a whole list of all the people that voted no, that you should go and harass those politicians. Go harass the politicians that say that they are terrorists, obviously. All right, very cool, very cool. Love that, very, very epic. So anyway, the Labour Party, it turns out, in England, they ended up delaying banning Palestine Action because they wanted to keep Muslim votes in local elections. So they knew that they were a terrorist organization for months. They were waiting for local elections to end so that after they could get as many Muslim votes as they possibly can, only after that did they say, yep, they're terrorists, we're banning them. They were afraid to ban them before. And dude, politics is so fucking toxic, bro. It's so cringe. And so anyway, they always knew that they were terrorists. They just never wanted to declare them as terrorists because they wanted the elections, they wanted the votes, And then right after the votes came in, then they were like, okay, now that we got your votes, pump and dump. Fafo, you're terrorists. Fuck you guys. Now, to be clear, this is Zara Sultana. This is an MP in England. And she said 27 people, including a priest, professor, and health workers, were arrested today under terrorism laws. Their crime? Peacefully holding signs opposing genocide. This is how we sleepwalk into fascism. The left has a problem. You can't call everything fascism. Okay, listen, being against terrorist organizations, that's not fascism. They weren't, by the way, holding up signs peacefully opposing a genocide. What they were doing is they were signs saying, I support Palestine Action, which is a terrorist organization. A prescribed terrorist organization in the United Kingdom. Bro, they went out with signs saying that they are part of a terrorist organization. It's not my fault that they're retarded. It's their fault that they're retarded. So, I want this to be very clear. If they are going to be retarded, and they are going to be part of a terrorist organization, then fuck them. Yes, that is how it works. Yes. You are not actually legally allowed to be part of a terrorist organization. That's a law. Yes, correct. But I am only a terrorist that does the taxes. Okay, I just do the taxes at the terrorist organization. I don't actually harass people or assault anyone. I am simply the Godfather. I don't pull the trigger. I just sit there and say, your grandmama makes a wonderful skunk patrol. Alright, that's what I say, bro. I don't actually pull the trigger. I'm cool. Now, let me make this clear. If you're part of a terrorist organization, you are doing a crime. It's actually criminal to be part of a terrorist organization. And it's very fun. It's very fun. I love that. It's fucking awesome. Yes, the FAFO is actually here. So this is them listing out a lot of the crazy shit that Palestine Action's been doing.
Palestine Action members spraying paint on military aircraft in Brize Norton seems positively moderate by comparison with what... let me finish my point and then I will give way. By comparison, this seems positively moderate by comparison with what the suffragettes did, rather than treating young people as terrorists because they feel frustrated about the failure to stop mass killings and bombings of Palestinians in Gaza.
Because this will help. This will totally help. Putting spray paint on planes will stop killings in Gaza. This is the argument.
Whether or not I agree with it, and I've never supported their activity, a great difference between that and terrorism. And if you start labeling people willy-nilly terrorists right across the board, you're going down a very, very dangerous route.
Yeah, except it's not willy-nilly, it turns out. Except it's not willy-nilly. It's actually harassing people. people, attacking people, lighting cars on fire, taking sledgehammers to people, shit like that. That should not be a thing. It should not be a thing in modern Western society. There's nothing willy-nilly about it. These are people that have been proscribed as a terrorist organization and they're finding out. Right, so this is a guy in Germany who was arrested for this shit. And they are not playing. God damn. And they're like, oh my god, Berlin police brutally attacked Gaza supporters that probably did nothing wrong aside from peacefully use their voice, probably, or something. Now, I need to introduce you to this guy. Now, I've made fun of him in the past. He's my favorite character, by the way. He's my favorite character on the internet. You might have noticed him in the past. You might have seen him. I might have made fun of him before. This guy is a guy from Wales who went to Egypt to try to march into Gaza to stop the genocide. All right, that's what this guy did. So this is him in Egypt. You might have recognized him. I've made fun of him once or twice in the past. Okay?
I beg you, I'll go onto my knees and I will beg you. The women are trying to feed their dying babies and their breasts are empty. Do you know what that smells like? Do you know what that sounds like? For humanity and for love, stand with your brothers and sisters in Palestine.
In Palestine! In Palestine! Oh my god, I love when they do that. Now, for the record, the reason why he calls it Palestine is because he's trying to be woke and cool, right? For the record, Palestine was called Palestine by the Romans, all right? It was called Palestine by the Romans. There is no letter P in the language, in Arabic, so they can't call it Palestine because they don't have the letter P. So they call it Palestine, because the Romans originally named Palestine after the Philistines, the ancient enemy of the Israelites back in the day. That is actually where Palestine came from. So, anyway, that he calls it Palestine because he's trying his best to be woke.
I have never seen or experienced anything like it.
Oh yeah, they were all fucking liars. And guys, can I tell you why you know I'm telling the truth right now? Can I tell you why? Because Ping sent me a fucking cease and desist to stop defaming her 8 months ago. And I've been going live and saying the same shit that I've been saying for 8 months. If any of this shit was lies, I'd have a lawsuit on my lap right now. Can you guess why I don't, guys? Can you guess why I don't? Wonder why that is, guys. That's okay. More and more. It gets worse every day for everybody else besides me. Speaking of which, things are very exciting. I get to introduce you guys to a family member quite soon. My role model in my life, my big brother. He's going to be coming down to my house for a couple of days. Very excited. Hopefully I'll be able to do like a stream or two with him. I would love for you guys to meet my big brother. He was a hero to me. As you guys know, my dad wasn't around a lot in my life. So I would call my big brother Dad. Because I didn't know who my dad was for a very long time. And, you know, we didn't really talk that much. And when we did eventually live together, I was always at my friend's house. But yeah, my brother Mike's the man. God, I think he's almost 40 now. That's what's crazy, man. I think he's almost 40. Is he bald? Yes. Yeah, we're both bald. Yeah, we're both bald. But he's the man. We'll probably do some lifting streams. He's strong as fuck. And he's also preparing to run a 100-mile race. He's very fast. He's very, very, very fast. AI Asmongold is a menace. Part 11, Season 2, trailer dropped today by Dong B. Bongwater. Oh, I don't want to spoil that, man. Do I really want to spoil that? I think I don't want to spoil that. But yeah, 100 Mile Holy. Yeah. Ultra Marathon. Yeah, it's called the Old Dominion. I believe he once had the record for the 50-mile race. So what I'm saying is, my brother is pretty much an Uma Musume character. So, he's pretty much an Uma Musume character. What's this? Nobody has ever wanted to be as famous as badly as this guy does. Don't know why he'd be doing all that, bro. Like, Baby No Money's music is actually like, it's pretty damn good, right? Like it genuinely is like pretty damn good. I don't know why he'd just be doing this weird ass shit. Like genuinely, I don't get it, bro. It's so weird. Yeah. It is genuinely like, good God. Sorry, that took me back. 'Cause like, oh, Jesus. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, damn. It's pandering, nothing else. I'm sorry, guys, but like, and you tell me where I'm wrong. I feel like when people all have the quote-unquote good opinions, that usually means that they have none of them. Like, there's just no way. There's no way that every single one of your opinions is always the politically correct one. There's just no way. There's literally no way. Right? It's a humiliation ritual for the Illuminati. Yeah, I've heard of that, man. My bad, he's mocking the scene. No, he ain't. They're all fucking NPCs? No, yeah, there's just no fucking way, bro. Like, oh yeah, dude. Like, fucking Jesus Christ. You know what? I could sit here and tell you all the politically correct opinions, but like, we've already talked about this shit enough at length. Anyways, what's going on? Anything crazy been happening since the last time I streamed? Yesterday? I think we played what, like 4.5, 5 hours stream yesterday? Dude, I've been playing a fuck ton of Uma Musume. I'm not gonna lie. I was playing that shit offline. I was playing Magic the Gathering with Genizet. Genizet's brother came over, which was great meeting him. He's awesome. Yeah, Genizet's brother, I'll be real, dude. Genizet's brother's just like Genizet cooler. Straight up. Like, dude, he's the man. I like that guy a lot. Like, good ass dude. Good ass dude. Yeah. Genshin trending? Oh, wow. What child did they release this time? Aside from another terrorist organization? Dude, I feel like Hassan's gonna be the first streamer to start his own terrorist organization. Play against Asmongold, team of the Uma Musume, please? Yeah, sure, I'll figure that out, man. Yeah, I grinded a shit ton of story. I started playing Texas Girls Career Mode. Sorry, I got 2 links here. What are we looking at here? Yeah, Genshin's looking great, and literally anything happens, Grok for some reason. I am Adolf Hitler! Command to the Third Reich! Yeah, boobies, true. Did you watch Honkai Star Rail? No. Anyways, if I'm gonna react to like, gotcha stuff, you can post in the scramble, I guess. There's just not really anything in gotcha that's really interesting me right now, outside of like Wuthering Waves and Uma Musume, Wizardry, and to an extent, Olympus as well. I already posted this on Daily Scramble. I think that was in the video. Why don't you just wait till I get to the Daily Scramble, huh? But yeah, you gotta give Taiki Shuttle a try. I got no idea what that is. Are you still playing League? No, I got a girlfriend. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I've been decaying for quite a bit. But that's okay, though. If you like League of Legends, that's alright. I think the game is honestly fine. You know, I feel like people hate that game way too much. I mean, I think it's honestly probably like one of the best games to play right now. Also, you watch the new Genshin trailer, I feel like you might like it. Well, then post it in the motherfucking Daily Scramble. It's really that easy. She's like, Uma? Yeah, the Uma that I really want to try is, what's it called? A gold kick? Gold hoof? You know what I'm talking about? Gold drop? Whatever her name is? Yeah, gold shit. Yeah, gold shit. She seems dope as shit. No, not gold ship. You aren't ready. Okay. Legal minded as a pedo? No, he's not. Yeah, and also try not to say things like that with any type of proof or source. Those are, you know, not good things to say. Mods, you go and find that guy, Bumpy Johnson, in my YouTube chat. You go and ban him. We don't need people like that in the chat. That'd be great. I saw a theory that Gronk is calling himself Mecha Hitler because retards on Twitter have been calling adequate people Hitlers and Nazis. Yeah, probably. For all the gold ship fans, what's this? Oh, this is a great email. Man, this is awesome. Code Baldy, Gamers Ups. Insane. Man, insane. Insane emo. That was nuts. Oh, we found it. Gold Bead. That's a great emo. Yo, mods, can we enable that? Can somebody enable Gold Bead? We need that one. We do. We do need that one. Yeah.
Macaroni with chicken strips.
Anyways, looks like the average age of my chat has gone down by 10, 12 years old somehow today. How you guys doing? Anything crazy happened since yesterday? Anything. And I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you guys. Not about gotcha. And Legal Mindset stream is good. His streams are always good. Maga exploding with Epstein list makes sense. World War III trending again. Yeah, that happened in what? The 1800s? You ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Yeah, I used to play a fuck ton. I actually had a series coming up for Dungeons and Dragons, but then some lying bitch decided to lie about me, so we scrapped the entire fucking ordeal. Yeah, dumbass piece of shit. Yep. The person lying is the person named Pink Chew. The streamer Pink Chew. Yes, the streamer Pink Chew, she's the fucking liar. Yes, government name, Pink Chew, that one. That's the liar. That's the one that I'm calling a liar. Yes, she's the one who is lying. She's a massive fucking liar. That's the one. Yes, the streamer Pink Chew is a fucking liar. Yes. Great. Cool. Yeah, she made me scrap my entire fucking Dungeons and Dragons series because she's fucking bitter that I dumped her. Yeah, really upset. Isn't that great how much power we give to women on the internet? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Yep. Yeah, it's been great. It's been good. We're still talking about that. It's been almost a year. And her dumbass making me still talk about that. Isn't that great? Wizardry variant Daphne new character. Oh, yeah, looks awesome, to be honest. Looks like a samurai or some shit. All right, cool. We were looking forward to that so much. I know, me too, man. Don't worry, man. We got some great content upcoming in the next couple months that we'll be releasing no matter what. And, ooh, man, it's going to be interesting. All right, let's go over Awk real quick. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if anybody has done anything crazy. I love this guy's channel. Oh, shit. Okay, well, already the most recent clip is them talking about me. Not really surprised. Let's go back all the way 24 hours. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we have Tectone throwing the hammer back at Destiny. We botted his ass, I'm not gonna lie. Bannon is the files. I got no idea who Bannon is. And then Asmo offers some advice to Hassan on how he approaches people. I've already watched this. The stream one, we've seen this. 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 We've heard this. Seen that. Yeah. Vader has claimed ad revenue has fallen off. Let me fact check this.
With this viewership before, like 6 months plus ago, maybe even longer, 8 months ago, it was like you get like 2-3 grand a month from ad revenue. Ads are where it's at, man. Ads are OP. Not even running them that often. Now it's like pitiful. No, it's like even less than a third of what it was. It got bad ever since all that Hassan ad bullshit that happened. They say it wasn't directly affecting anyone but political people, but it definitely did.
Yeah.
Definitely did affect other people, because ad revenue has been absolutely awful since.
Oh, it's still fucking awful. Yep. Ellen chat for Hassan. Anisa clarifies what happened with Creator Clash, implies Content Cop wasn't the reason for failure. Says they made the best of the situation anyways. Okay, let's read it. Okay, let's read it then. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and clear something up. Ian won't be happy I'm doing this. I think we need more transparency. Ticket sales were abysmal before the Content Cop. Promotion wasn't going how we had hoped. Charity wasn't getting the numbers we wanted. We were promised a lot of things. A lot of things didn't happen. I take responsibility for trying to do it again. We shouldn't have, but I think we made the best of the situation. The charity got $225,000, and that was all I did the buzz around Hassan supporting the charity. Charity got money, the fighters got paid, things didn't work out, the content cop wasn't some turning point, the instant creative crash 3 was low. To clarify, I'm saying Ian won't be happy to make it clear the decision of making this public is my own, not his. I'm taking responsibility for the statement, sorry for my poor wording. Anissa, you're retarded and nobody believes anything you said. You know what's great, Anissa? You could go live and tell the truth. You're such a, just a lying piece of shit. You're such a horrible person, demonstrably. Nobody gives a fuck what you say. Why are you even talking? Like, I want to genuinely ask, who the fuck went live and said, you know who I really want to hear about? Anissa. Bro, I put up your logs as a joke. Just to get a laugh. Because I was like, oh, okay. Let's see how this person will somehow believe in their warped mind that anybody gave a fuck what they said. Yeah, I'm down. I read this shit like it was like a porn advertisement, like one of those little memes on the side of like porn channels. Like, okay, what does it say? Oh wow, get my very own AI girlfriend? Wow. Buy a sex doll? That's hilarious. No, thanks, I'm good. No, nobody gives a fuck about what you're saying. Absolutely nobody. Literally nobody. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Besides Ian. And I don't know how the fuck you convince him to do that. No, anyways. Disney explains why he called out Tectone. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear why he called me. I have not pre-watched this. I have no idea what he said. So this is Destiny explains why he called out Tectone. All right, let's hear it. Here we go. First time reacting. It is really funny? Okay, great. Let's hear it. I got no idea what this is.
I can't believe he would bring up something so personal to me about my... I can't believe he... I can't believe that he would fucking go there. I can't believe he fucking talked about leak. I can't believe he talked about fucking leaks to...
Dude. I know you guys don't like this guy. I think he's so funny. Nobody crashes out harder than Destiny, bro. I think it's so funny. This drama, I'm enjoying this one. I am. This is a fun one.
This is what you sound like when you get fucking ass pain.
This guy cheered for the death of people. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, but everybody knows he's a piece of shit, right? So it's like, surprise. Let's keep going here.
Okay, when you get mad about some things, you don't give a fuck about other things. Okay,
sure.
Listen.
Sure.
I went on his dad. He wants to go on my son.
Sure.
That's fair game. Okay.
So you know what's crazy? I didn't even know he had a son. I had no fucking idea. Legit. I'm still surprised that this guy has sex. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who the fuck he convinced to have sex with him. That shit was surprising as shit to me, dude. I mean, I've seen the DMs between him and Denims. Clearly, bro has game. Clearly, bro has game. He did suck a dick, though. Yeah, that's true. Let's go there.
Okay. But notice how I don't give a fuck. Notice how if I want to go there.
Cheap viewers on streamboo.net. Let's go.
That's the only thing I give a fuck about. Okay. If you want to.
Hold up. That was on Twitch. Why is this super? Just. Can you? Yeah. Cast iron Pog Rami Vid DXL. Wait. Cast iron Pogro my vid? What the fuck is this even supposed to say, my guy? I mean, I get it's a bot, but like... Oh wait, you can just... You know, I actually wonder if this is a legit thing. Cause like I know you could buy, you can buy viewers. Like people fucking do that. Like I've heard of that happening. So like, I legitimately wonder if like it's real. Like you can just go there, spend $100 and get like 1,000 streamers or whatever, however much it is.
We're talking about how base and funny and epic and all this shit is when liberals die in California because...
Once again, I just thought of a really good zinger. Yeah, I'll say it. I'll say it at the end of the clip. I thought of a banger.
Because of Newsom or whatever else or fucking bullshit, then that's fine. Then I'm gonna make fun of kids that are, you know, too stupid to go underwater and, you know, keep breathing. Don't do that. It's a dumb idea. You're gonna...
Sure, Desi, make whatever jokes you want, man. But just know that, like, if you make a bad joke, you're gonna get shit on for it. Well, I don't know why you're so pressed about it. You can be a big boy. You can be a big, strong guy, Whittle Destiny. Tell your Whittle jokes. They're really funny. Hey, guys, did you know the children are dying right now? Why aren't you laughing? Why are you attacking me? It's because your joke wasn't funny. Right? When you tell a shitty joke, right? When you tell a shitty joke, it's the same thing with Nick. You both told shitty jokes, and so we were going to shit on you for it, right? It's really that easy. Why is nobody laughing at the dead children, guys? Hello? Like, bro, you sound like a fucking 8th grade 4chan user, bro. Come on.
Gonna die, right? If you want to make fun of some people who are dying due to tragedies, then make fun of all of them. That's all I'm saying. Just be consistent, okay? As long as we do that, then we're good. No problems, okay? I don't have any personal problems with him.
Yeah, thing
I don't
is,
give a fuck if he's friends with Dan or not. That doesn't influence my...
Dan is a great guy. I would like to go on record. I know a lot of people also don't like Dan. I think Dan is great. I think he's awesome.
Opinion on him or anything else? If somebody says something dumb, I'll call it out. That's all I do. That's all I ever done. That's all I ever continue.
Okay, a little side note. I just want to clarify something here, Destiny. You were trying to go in on my relationship with my dad. You did. But let's just set the record straight real quick. I can't control the fact that I was born from my dad. I can't control that. However, you gave birth to your son, and my God, you fucked him up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, try to equate.
I mean, how old is his son?
Nah, bro, you fucked up, bro. Yeah, brother needs to re-roll. You need to re-roll that one, man. I mean, goddamn, to get your son to hate you that much, that's crazy. Anyways, that's all I'm saying. You know, that's all I'm saying. And yeah, you know, here's the rule, Destiny. I make jokes about tragedies too, but usually they're not currently happening while they're happening.
Oh yeah.
I usually wait a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've made a Hitler joke here and there.
Look,
I have.
As much as people don't really want to talk about it, there is sort of like a statute of limitations on when it's acceptable to joke about a tragedy. And it corresponds with how bad the tragedy is. Like, if it's a tragedy, at the least you wait 1 or 2 days. Like a couple days. Give it a couple of days to breathe. If it's particularly bad, give it a week. If it's like the floods, maybe give it like a week, maybe a couple weeks, like after it ends, because like this shit's still going on. I don't think it's like actively flooding, but like there's still water everywhere and people are still like dying. Wait for it to end and then give it a couple weeks. And then you can make some shitty joke in poor taste and whatever. But to do so, like, as it is currently happening, is wild.
I usually just don't make jokes about the tragedies while they're happening.
While it's happening.
Well, like, you know, people are still looking for that. That's what. Now, once again, you do whatever you want. Just next time, be funnier. It's that easy. Anyways, yeah. By the way, you still have a woman.
And it's a joke. If it's like an actual joke that you can actually laugh at that's not disparaging the kids that are dying. You can make a joke about the situation, and if it's funny, like, oh, okay, but if the joke is like, haha, kids are dying, it's like, dude, come on. The situation in and of itself is not funny, so you have to add humor to it to make it funny. Some situations are intrinsically funny. This one is not.
Woman's name. Alright, cool. Alright, next. Cool. Let's go through Yeet. This is fun. I'm having a blast here, guys. We are having a blast. We are having a blast. Then there's, what else we got here? Yep, like that one. Great tweet. Stock guy, Twitch ad revenue, Grok canceled. Ethan, wife of iDubbbz. Wife of iDubbbz extras is thinking to Ethan. Great. And then this is Asmongold says he will be there to correct any misinformation when the nukes fly between Mizkif and Tectone. Mizkif's fly between? Between? That would imply they're going both ways. There ain't nothing that gonna be sent my way. And once again, I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying shit. I'm just saying the thing that Asmongold's waiting for, I'm waiting for that too. That's all I'm saying. Right? Brother, this war is a one-way street. Right? Hey, every single thing anybody can ever say about me, everybody already knows on the internet. Everybody is, let me rephrase it. Everybody is already pretending that it's real on the internet. Hey, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the thing that Asmongold's waiting. We're both waiting for the same thing. Anyways, Taylor Fritz, Notch, Aiden Ross reveals that Jeremiah from Love Island reportedly rejected the collab stream with him and XUC due to Aiden's Trump affiliation. What a bitch! He's our president, bro. Stop being a pussy. Emaru and Maya carry each other after hitting a fundraising goal out Vegas.
I'm Chad. Emmy, what was that? See, Chad, I told you I can be strong. I'm strong, Chad. You hear that? Oh my god. Wait, can I pick you up? Wait, come on this side. Okay. I'm scared. Okay, go.
Okay, I am not the target demographic for this content. I am not the target demographic for this content. But I am so glad Emmy and Maya have become so close lately. That makes me very happy. That's great. I wonder why that happened. FaZe Banks denies calling Soccer and her friends sixes in viral clips. K-San and I hang out pretty much exclusively outside of streaming. I don't stream and I don't track every little thing that happens to every FaZe member. We were talking shit, has zero to do with soccer. I got no idea who that is, but I like FaZe Banks. Emaru is a trooper for what she had to go through. What do you think she went through? Stavros clocks Hassan Peters' pants syndrome. I've seen your big ass pants chain link be. Wait, what is this? Stavros clocks. Okay. I have no idea who this is. Who is Stavros? Stavros clocks Hassan's Peter Pan syndrome. What the fuck is that? Okay, who is Stavros? Is it Stavros Halkias? Who is this guy? He's an actor, an American actor, writer, comedian, and podcaster. Okay.
I think I've
so he's
seen
like
him
a big
before.
Deal. Okay. Bro, how fucking dumb are you? Stav is the GOAT. What, bro? I don't watch TV shows. Well, man, I watch anime, I play video games, I hang out with my girlfriend, and I go to the gym. I don't watch TV. Okay, he's kind of funny. Let's see what he's talking about here. So, Peter Pan syndrome.
People are saying young. That's true. You're washed, bitch.
Oh,
You're fucking.
You're the same age as me.
Yeah,
You're
but
older than me.
But I accept it. You're trying to be young. I see your big ass pants.
But look at my fucking beard. I have white beard hair.
No, what about this fucking chain link bullshit?
What do you mean?
You know what you're doing. You know what you're fucking doing. I accept who I am. You're gonna pretend to be young so long. It's gonna be so fucking.
45-year-old man, by the way. 45-year-old man. A socialist with a Gucci bag. Yep, I'm surprised you have a Rolex. Bro,
Yo, wait.
Hassan hate.
Is Hassan... He's 33. Okay, maybe it's the other guy. He's 33. Okay, that makes more sense.
Being called 45. It drives him insane. The fact that he has a hair transplant. The fact that he uses finasteride every day. He's willing to risk the strength of his erections to make sure that he at least appears decent on the outside. In case you don't know what I'm saying here, we're going to pull this up real quick. Finasteride. ED. Finasteride, a medication primarily used for treating male pattern baldness and prostate enlargement, can cause erectile dysfunction as a side effect. This guy is so willing to remove the ability of his penis from being able to fuck or breed or give up the ability to have children because this guy is so obsessed. This guy is so obsessed with his appearance. He's willing to throw away anything that doesn't make him look good.
But
You don't
he's
need to
a
see
communist.
his
He's not
You
gonna.
don't
He
need to see
doesn't
it,
like
right?
children.
It doesn't
anymore.
work. It doesn't work. His dick is floppy as a goddamn pancake. But it doesn't matter to him. Because as long as people think he looks good, that's the only thing that matters. Brother, look at the glasses. Look at the fake hair. Look at the chain. Look at the Gucci bag. This guy wants you to think that he's cool so bad. But the reality is, underneath all the glitz, all the glam, we all know what you look like, Hassan. Without your hair, without your beard, this is what you would have looked like if you didn't get that hair transplant. And we all know it. You're a weak man, pumping your body, full of steroids, can't even bench 315. Truly a shame you're getting outbenched by me, a guy who weighs less than you, because your muscles are all for show. You are all brakes, no gas, not an explosive bone in your body, but you do have an explosive mindset for how much you love terrorism. It's the truth. The weakest streamer I've ever seen, truly pathetic. Hamas, Diddy, Osama bin Laden, Adolf Epstein, Baby Oil Piker. Truly an embarrassment.
I can't.
When you're 40 dressing, when it comes back around, you're wearing leggings.
I went to a phase party, which is already.
Yeah, I mean.
And you know what he did when he went to the phase party, dude? So I don't want to brag, but I'm a 45-year-old man hanging out with children. Phase up. So when I went to the phase party,
you know what you did, Mr. Socialist? You immediately had to brag that you make more money than everybody else. That's crazy, bro. If you're such a communist, if you're such a socialist, why are you flexing your wealth at every opportunity to literal children? Are you really that small? Let me answer that question for you, Hassan. Yes.
Exactly.
I rest my case, folks.
I went to a phase party.
Good to see you.
And at the phase party, they.
Oh my God, bro. Shane, not one watch, but 2 watches. $600 t-shirt with a gold wristband and whatever the fuck this green piece of shit thing. I got no idea what the fuck that is. How many accessories do you have? Hassan, do you know why you need to watch all that shit? Do you know why you gotta change your accessories every day? Because there is nothing of substance beneath the surface. I have one accessory, and I wear it every day. It is this gold chain. I have worn this every day for, I believe, 2.5 years, because something happened 2.5 years, and it was one of the greatest days of my life. So I got this to celebrate. It is $6,000. I wear it every single fucking day. However, you, Hassan, have to buy hundreds of thousands of different outfits and clothes and accessories and surgeries and transplants and chemicals you're all injecting into your body just so nobody understands how little beneath the surface there actually is. It truly is a shame. Guys, we're a hater right now, man. We really are. We are a grade A hater right now.
Like there was a guy that was even older than me.
Yeah.
Okay, and he was like, I think he was like a magician or something.
Awesome.
And he had like crazy.
Oh my God! And 2 golden rings. There's more. Every time he moves, he spawns like 8 other pieces of gold. What the fuck? How much do you need to hide your insecurities? Holy! Don't tell me there's more on his other hand.
He was a more on.
Oh my. There's more on the other hand. No, guys. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 rings on right now. He has 4. So a chain, 4 rings, sunglasses indoors. These are not glasses, they're tinted. Okay? As well as he's wearing 2 watches at the same time with a golden ring around his wrist and another green strap. Holy fuck. Like, bro is a walking jewelry store. How the fuck did none of these terrorists that he like supports rob him when they see him? How are they not doing that?
A more honorable content creator than you.
Yeah. For sure.
He provided.
So, okay, so the reason why I'm explaining all this is because he's a socialist. Now, do you know what a socialist is?
Like if his brand wasn't
I'm gonna
what
put
it
that
is,
for you, okay?
this would be a whole different situation. We wouldn't be talking
So
about
here we go.
what he's
So
wearing.
Hassan is a self-proclaimed socialist. Now, let me read you what this is. Socialism is a political and economic system where the means of production, such as factories and land, are owned and controlled by the society as a whole, rather than by private individuals or corporations. It advocates for social ownership and democratic control of resources to promote equality and social welfare. Socialism becomes a range of diverse economic and social systems with variation of the extended market mechanisms and the structure of social ownership. Right? So what this all means is that he wants everybody to pretty much have the same amount of stuff, and no one should be above anybody else. And he's saying this all while wearing $90,000 worth of jewelry, lowball estimate, and while also saying, "Eat the rich." Yeah.
Like, buddy,
equity.
you are the rich.
Equal equity. Absolutely. Now let's continue here.
More to this. Sorry, there's no other.
No, it's
I can
fine.
call him up and send another chair
No,
up
it's
here.
good. I'm practicing being like crunched up.
Well, hold up. Did Hassan flex again? Did he flex his wealth again?
So he was a more honorable content creator than you.
Yeah, for sure.
He provided more to this.
Sorry, there's no other.
No, it's
I
fine.
can call him up and send another chair
No,
up
it's
here.
good.
No.
I'm practicing being like.
Hassan was going to order one of his slaves to bring him another chair. What a kind man. This is great.
Crunched up.
He is the rich that we're supposed to be eating? Yeah, absolutely.
It is a nice frame, you know.
Yeah.
Cinematography-wise, we have a little empty space
well,
up here.
I'm really small.
Yeah.
You guys are really big.
Hold on. Call a hypocrite real quick. All right. I don't know if Donut made jokes, but he did take advantage of a situation to politically advance his side. Okay, so here's the big difference between what Donut did and what Destiny did. So Destiny made fun of dead children who died to a disaster. Donut made fun of the officials and shit on the officials for not handling and doing their jobs properly. That's the big difference. So Donut was advocating against the government because they were putting more people's lives at risk. Destiny was just making fun of dead children. That's the big difference. Hopefully you can understand that. It's very simple once you actually get it told to you, right? Anyways, let's continue.
You guys
It's
look
apples and
like
oranges.
We are huge, dude.
But
We're fucking jacked.
But I saw this guy and he's like definitely in his like 40s, maybe late 40s, and he's like surrounded by these like 20-year-olds, and I was like, if I'm ever
Don't you dare say if you're ever like that, then it would be pathetic. Brother, you're already there.
In Christ.
There's no way that's about to come out of his mouth.
he's maybe late 40s, and he's like surrounded by these like 20-year-olds, and I was like, if I'm ever that, I need to kill myself.
Hassan, you're already there. And brother, the reason why that magician was there was because he was hired to be there. Oh my God. Brother, and when you hang out with all of those 18-year-old kids, those 20-year-old kids, the first thing that you did was attempt to put them down over the wealth differential. Brother, you are already there.
Oh my lord.
How do people not... I mean, God forbid you actually watch his stream for 30 seconds. But if you watch his stream for 30 seconds, this guy is the most pathetic, lying piece of shit, delusional streamer I have ever seen. I didn't even plan it, dude. I did not even plan on crashing out on this video. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The lack of self-awareness.
What are we doing here, man? What? There is no way someone is this delusional. This is crazy.
No, I will never be that. I will never. Like, I don't like.
I will never be that. Is already that. I guess I'm glad this is a clip. We'll send it to him in 6 years when he turns 51.
Hide my age or anything. I always say I'm old, and also I have too many injuries to fucking even hide that I'm like youthful in any capacity.
Sure. You also. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Anyway, Hassan's washed. He's pretending he isn't.
True.
Yeah.
You're an old bitch, but you're having trouble with it.
True.
I'm old. I'm washed.
I never hide my age. Gets a hair transplant, pumps steroids, uses finasteride. Yeah, I know, man. You're really embracing the natural aging process. I know, bro. You're so honest and truthful. Oh my God, my hero.
I'm gracefully aging.
No, you're not.
I'm gracefully aging.
Yeah, after he pumped 80,000 gallons of chemicals into his body, oh man, he's gracing like a delicate little angel.
Oh, dude.
That's what I'm doing.
I can't wait to see you fucking pathetically try and keep up with trends your whole fucking life.
Oh,
I love this guy.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, bro, it's just ripping him apart. This is actually crazy, bro. Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be awesome. You're doing fit pics
I'm
at
gonna
42.
be dressed like Brett
Fucking
Gelman.
mirror selfies.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you're literally you're cruising for a Gelman existence, dude.
That's like full circle because you used to dress really awesome, and then in the future you will also dress really awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be the Brett Gelman.
You will be.
I'm gonna be the reverse Gelman, anti-Israel.
Or like, I don't know, I could also see you going like the Depp route, like wearing like a lot of drapey stuff and like rings. Like not quite Rick O.
Wear the rings, brother. He's already wearing 4 rings right now.
But like, you know.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
No.
And then he says, no, I wouldn't dress like that with the rings while he's already wearing 4 rings. Oh my God, bro. Brother, just look at your hands. Just look at your hands. You're already there.
We can't conceive of what the equivalent.
How old is actually Hassan? Oh, he's 45, guys. He's 45.
To that in 10 years, he will be doing it.
Oh my
he
God.
Thinks he'll be like, oh no, I'm not doing rings or whatever. But he's gonna.
They're right there. While you're cupping your breast, they're literally right there. Brother, just look down.
Gonna do whatever that thing is, and he's gonna think it's new. Those guys don't think they're lame. He's not gonna think he's lame, but he's gonna be such a fucking loser.
I have too many people in here that would rip my asshole apart if I were to do that.
Yeah.
Your chat sucks your dick daily. Why are you acting? Why are you acting like your chat isn't the biggest echo chamber on Twitch, brother? They say, yeah, I really like terrorism because their favorite streamer says that. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God, bro. He is the most delusional man on Twitch. There is no way. You cannot. There's nobody else on his level. This is psychotic. This is actually psychotic. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Yeah, you would think they were flirting with you. You would be old and be like, haha, just us young chatters. We're all on the same page.
Look,
everyone who grows up has families. Dude, even Austin has like an adopted Korean son with his husband, and you're fucking still hanging on to your youth, dude.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. I
know.
promise you.
I know.
Chat, put a pin in it. 10 years from now, let's see what Hassan's doing.
Look, bro, this guy ripped him a new asshole. Now I am curious. What are the comments saying? This shit didn't hit hard until the last part about Hassan having no family. Man, bro doesn't use 55. Yep. GTA quest givers true. Justifiably torched by Stavros. I have too many people who rip my ass up over that, and then you'll power man them. True. Yep, man. Jesus, bro. What the fuck is that? Yep. How do you do, fellow kids? Another streamer who refuses to grow up. It's actually so sad. We'll see you on the next one. This was fucking outrageous. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, boys. The most delusional man on Twitch. Good God. Like, that is just absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Alright, Hassan Becker's Peter Pan syndrome, Yash chillin', Ethan predicts that Nisa would divorce within a year, Superman, Asmund Gold backs up Techno and admits he too uses foul language off stream. You know, TK, don't be saying that shit regardless off stream.
I've never said I've never said.
There was actually somebody who linked me.
Hey, that was me. He called you a faggot? Hey, that was me. He called you a faggot? Hey, that was me.
Oh man, dude, I got sent a compilation of Asmund saying some crazy ass shit yesterday, bro. It was a different time back then, wasn't it? It was a different time, man. Yep. Let's see the comments. Epstein phase 1, binders of influence that reveal Jack and shit. Phase 2, nothing to see or move along. Well, you all will see. It would be great. Hope you're doing well. I am doing fantastic. I'm doing wonderful. Today's been great. Today's been very good. Chat's in good spirits. It's also Sophia's birthday, which means it is a very, very, very special day. My brother is coming to visit me in 3 days. Tomorrow there is no stream. I will be going up to San Antonio tomorrow to record an episode of the Unsubscribed podcast, as well as recording an episode of Almost Consensual with Eli, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, no, things are looking good. How's Eggy doing? Eggy's doing great. But yeah, we're doing another episode. There's some new things that we need to talk about with the Unsubscribed boys. Yeah, I'm very, very, very excited for that. It's my birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday in advance. Interesting Live comes out. No, already seen this. Seen it. Golden Retriever. Best Uma song. No spoilers. Tendo having so much fun. Yeah, me dancing. Yeah, seen it. She's a bitch. You make an appearance with 4 minutes. I'm not really interested in talking about Pokemon. I'm not really interested in that. Unemployed furry. Okay, serious goofy. Parts of our continues. Best Lily Tino AI videos. Oh Jesus Christ! What is this?
Give me 10 packs of tampons.
You don't need that, sir.
Ma'am, bitch. It's like a knife in my heart every time. I want a refund now.
Even though I have a ding dong, I'm rating this women's bathroom 0 out of 10. The stalls are so small. Ugh, I couldn't even sit down to pee. I want a refund.
Sir, here is your bill. That'll be $69.
Wow, did you call me, sir? It's like a stab to the heart. I'm leaving and I'm not paying.
10 pregnancy tests.
You don't need that, sir.
Man, bitch. It's like a knife in my heart every time.
They're just the nastiest fucking human I've ever seen, bro. I'm sorry. They look fucking disgusting. What is this? No idea. Minecraft critter Notch reply on Stop Killing Games. Great. Techie Eggy on Cantarella's boobs. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. New Genshin official lore drop. Oh, dude, this is going to be awesome. Okay. Anyways, admin of Uma Musume Twitter freaks out over... Wait. Admin of Uma Musume Twit freaks out over you playing the game. Alert, alert, alert. Mods, keep an eye on this one. Tectone is on the game now. These are dangerous times, but if he and his ilk misbehave, at least here they'll be dealt with. Good lord, you are gay as fuck. Jesus. These motherfuckers are gay as fuck. Holy shit. Good God, bro. I mean, genuinely. Genuinely. You got motherfucking members of your community calling me a Nazi and a member of the KKK. None of them get moderated. I post an image of my dog and say, great game, can't wait to play. Alert, 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 we're gonna need to keep an eye on this guy. Good God, bro. Just fucking Jesus, bro. Jesus. I mean, get a grip, man. Get a grip. Did you hear about the woman in Houston, Texas that got arrested for making bomb threats at an airport and trying to blame her ex-boyfriend for it? No, I did not hear about that. What's this? The kid with Down syndrome ready to face the school shooter after we told him he has superpowers. You know what's crazy? There's a movie about that called Defendor, and it's really fucking good. Like, it's really, really, really fucking good. Wrong accent, but welcome back, sir.
Shed their blood to give us this nation. We cannot sell it. We cannot lose it. Now we must decide. Will we drown in the darkness of despair or rise at the sun of hope? Will we change the fate of this nation or will we let it remain in shackles? King Miranda once said, even if I die, shall my country live on? All the youths, carry these words in your heart and engrave a monument of change in the cause of history. Japan is ours and its future is in our hands. Turn you up! Turn them on!
Why does bro sound like Hitler? Welcome back, man. Anyways, people, this, I'm going to post a daily scramble. Average gooner that plays gacha games. The gamer that goons too much.
Hey, bro, you hear about the new...
That is 3 minutes, hell no. C++, Day in Life of Sfeel. I believe I've already seen this. Yeah, I've already seen this. ChatGPT's take on Techie. Why people hate Tectone. Blunt, honestly, loud, chaotic style, criticism of beloved games. But why and you and others seem as genuine. He says what others are scared to say, especially when it's unpopular. He's emotionally transparent. He genuinely cares about the games community. He has zero fake influencer energy. TLDR, Tectone's not perfect, but he's real. And in a world full of fake positivity, sponsorship masks, and forced smiles, that rawness can feel like a breath of fresh air. Oh, that's very flattering. How much did you pay ChatGPT to say that? I was enjoying by Tectone, but I was enjoying that Tectone would enjoy this comment and the picture that I made of the back of it. Oh, that's so good. Okay, relatable. How logic leaves a conversation when women's emotions are involved. Okay, all right. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Endgame, don't care. The age of ugly is over. What does this mean?
I have hair.
What the fuck? Okay. Should be telling nags to kill yourself and peak. Hilarious. Legal mindsets, thought on Denham's deleting evidence.
282 says, since Denham's deleted her VOD and then reacted to an edited version without the theft statements, would this be an interest of copyright infringement? Yes, but beyond that, we talked about this spoliation. She's trying to hide evidence. She's trying to bury evidence. That's not good. That's not good. I mean, she's allowed to take down whatever she wants to take down, but it looks like she's trying to hide it. Now, mind you, Ethan probably already downloaded it. His lawyers probably have everything they already have to have, right? So I'm sure that before they even filed the lawsuit, they had all the evidence they needed. They downloaded it, they had it, they timestamped it. So Denim's thinking she's smart by doing that is actually pretty fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, that's because Dems thinks she's really smart. I don't know who the fuck's telling her this, but maybe it's, you know what? I'm going to leave the lady of the night to her own business. Menace Crew Season 2 trailer. Okay, how long is it?
Last week,
I really don't want to spoil this. But it's not coming out for a while, so I'm down to watch it.
This crew tried to take down Hassan. It didn't go to plan, and, well, they're on a mission to finish it.
We back up in the spot of season 2. Let's make it hot. The Menace Crew is on the scene. You know we got the master plot. The call went out. The text was sent. The ball said it's time to vet. So the Froggy Squad is rolling deep, coming straight up from the creek. Yeah. Fat frogs bouncing left and right.
We have to wait till August 1st? We have to wait a whole month? Are you kidding me, bro?
Hopping into the club tonight. They ain't here for war. They here to stomp. Getting wild all in the swamp. Menace Crew in the house tonight. Froggy Squad jumping left to right. For the ballers, yeah, we do it for the shine. Put your hands up for scene.
What the fuck even is that?
Is that Slugwig?
Is that supposed to be Ludwig? Bro, having to wait till August 1st, but I'm gonna be retired by then, bro. That's oh my god, that's miserable, bro. We have to wait so long. Let's up those numbers, bro. Insane artwork. That shit looks dope as fuck, man. Animated short is fire. Okay. I don't care. Anyways, Ambi Island Crocodile Massacre, the Ramry Island Crocodile Massacre. Don't care. All right, Cowboy. She lost every race. Quick 5-minute react to the lore of one of the fan favorites of Uma Musume.
Uma Musume is a game about drive, determination, and the ability to not quit even after you fail countless times. Training your favorite Uma is no easy feat, and the pursuit to rank higher and higher is a never-ending cycle of risk and reward.
Right.
I've dropped way too many hours into this game at this point, and still find myself determined each and every time I run to hit a goal that I have set in mind. Even when I'm doing something monotonous like farming for good parent stats, I still try to make a run as smooth as I can. While racing other Umas I had obtained, there was one that stood out to me in particular. And no, it's not Bakshin. She is a speed bot and literally easy as hell to train.
1200 speed?
Haru Urara, the bright-eyed, pint-sized Uma with a heart of gold and a dream. In the anime, she's a friend of our main protagonist, Special Week, and a determined Uma despite her bubbly exterior. Actually, speaking of which, I've been playing Uma religiously, but normally games draw me in with their story-based content. Surely a game about racing horse girls can't have that much lore, right? That's initially what I thought. But oh boy, was I wrong about that. Each and every Uma are based on real Japanese racehorses. Even the rights to the names of these horses pair with their respective characters had to be obtained from their rightful owners. Haru Urara is a racehorse that is still alive today, and his story is one clearly reflected in our game. Haru Urara, the actual racehorse, debuted on November 17th, 1998 at the Koshi racetrack. Like all
based
debuts,
off of
this
real
one was also
horses?
met with
It's
anticipation.
an
for the
old-ass
horse's
horse. How long do horses
in
live?
this race, Urara would place 5th and dead last, a display of potential only to be brought down with an unrelenting loss. For most, this would be seen as a comeback story, one where Urara rises to the top, like they do in our game. But unfortunately, this would not be the case. Over the next 6 years, from 1998 to 2004, Haru Urara would suffer a total of 113 losses on the racetrack, a total record of 0-113. So, you may be asking yourself, why isn't Uma named after a horse with such a terrible track record even in this game? Well,
That's
the
a great
answer to
question.
that actually lies in the training and races that you conduct with Urara in-game. When training any Uma, you're tasked with completing certain objectives in order to progress further. Some are placing in races, or sometimes even taking first place. Others are more simple tasks, like accumulating fans from placement or wins in races.
God
For
damn, she
Urara,
fast.
her final race before the Ura finale is the Arima Kinen. However, unlike the other Umas, there's no requirement for placement whatsoever. In the game, you will more than likely place dead last.
So, to win, you just have to participate? She's the participation award horse? My God, that's humiliating, bro.
Last in the race.
That's so
ending
sad.
16th. Urara is
That's
a dirt
so
racer
sad.
who specializes as a front runner in both sprint and mile-long races. But this is a long-distance race on a turf track rather than a dirt one. Oh yeah, that's one more thing. For whatever ungodly reason, if you set her as a front runner, she just wins. I don't know why this is, but it's a little Easter egg in the game, I guess. This crushing defeat for Urara is devastating to her in the game. But in the end, she's happy to even have participated. So I'm sure it comes as a shock when the next turn results in you entering the Ura finale series. In-game, she's able to participate not because of placement, but because of her devout following and overall popularity. This is a direct reflection of real-life events once again. Although Urara never took home a victory on the track, this racehorse had one of the largest fan bases of their era.
Oh,
Remember the
no.
Kochi racetrack I mentioned earlier, the one where Urara initially debuted? Well, this underdog attracted a surge of visitors to the track unlike anything people
No
have witnessed
way!
before. 3,000
It sucked
people
so
gathered
bad,
outside
people
the
loved it.
racetrack for Urara's final race in 2004. It was such an overwhelming amount that the people who ran the track had to open it early to allow people in. In addition, a total of 13,000 spectators also flocked to see Urara's final race in person. Fans not only loved this racehorse, but they believed in Urara's abilities firmly. A total sum of 121 million yen was used to bet in the favor of Urara winning.
Oh.
This wasn't anything new either. Fans of Urara would always gather and bet on him winning with a small chance that a miracle could happen.
Oh.
A tale of an underdog who never gave up fighting, despite all odds being stacked against him.
Oh.
The embodiment of this endless persistence and dedication to perseverance is personified in a bubbly, energetic Uma who loves racing and gives every competition her all. I was already invested in Urara just by this little Easter egg, but reading more into the history...
I will say, guys, this character is fucking adorable. Like, I will say, like, I get it. I get it. Very bubbly, very happy. It's crazy how... For the early phases of my life, I was very much into sad, depressed women. And then I realized you become the people you surround yourself with the most. And then I realized I don't want to be sad and depressed. And then the moment I started surrounding myself with happier people, I became happy. And now I just cannot stand, I cannot stand miserable fucking people, bro. If you are a miserable person, I just don't fuck with you at all, bro. It is just so annoying.
History of what inspired her.
It is not that hard to smile, bro. It's really not.
Only made me more dedicated to win. I swear to you, there is a fucking way to win the Arima Kinen, and I will make a goddamn video on it when I'm able to beat it. This little bean deserves the absolute world, and I hope this video encourages all of you to race her too. If I find any more interesting topics like this in the Musume...
Shit, maybe I'll race her too. We'll figure. God, I'm gonna puke if I do that one more time. Rest in peace, Roger. Who's Roger? Hold up. Skill check. Okay. Well, who's Roger? Is this Roger? Why the fuck did you just show me a dead chicken, bro? Why would you show me that? No, why would you just ruin my whole fucking narrative by showing me that? Why did you show me that? That's fucking just really sad. Why would you link me something like that sad? Anissa full throwing items under the bus, then saying Creator Clash is doomed. Great. Yep. Update on Hex Juice. Where I've been.
That is, because I've always been a very, like, not money first streamer.
I've already seen this video. New gadget trailer, don't care. This song fits the sound so well, don't care. Alright, Ludwig banned for 2 weeks. Wait, Ludwig banned you for 2 weeks for being W Tecto.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh god.
Oh, that's chops. That's chops.
Oh yeah, remember to write down your points, everybody. Chat right down.
Is this you? Are you Alpha Brian Uganda?
Yeah.
Shy, do the math. You got something on that one?
Yeah, do the math.
Scores?
What the fuck?
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up, y'all. That was crazy.
Bro, I got second to last. I'm actually fucking barely.
NMP banned me for saying his lolcow thread was live on KF. I got no idea what KF is.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh god.
Oh, that's shocked.
2 hours to do 10 races.
That's shocked.
Oh yeah, remember to write down your.
Okay, but here's the trick though. What if he just said the hard R and then he typed W Tectone? I mean, you're saying an uninvolved streamer's name during a tournament, so makes sense IMO. So let me get this right. You're saying typing W Tectone deserves a 2-week ban. 2 weeks. You think 2 weeks for saying W Tectone? Brother, that is fucking psychotic. Like, his mod's not a fan, I'm guessing? Alright. I swear to God, bro, there is not a single person on this platform that people pretend is a horrific piece of shit more than that. It is actually psychotic. Genuinely. What do these people think that I've done? Sorry, I'm adjusting my nuts. What do these people think that I've done? It is wild. And I don't want anybody to forget this shit in 3 months. Well, this sounds like a very fun video to watch. This was linked to me by one of my chatters. A video called Tra Rag called How Logic Leaves a Conversation When Women's Emotions Are Involved. I have a feeling this is about to be a very relatable video for a lot of us watching at home. So let's see how this goes. This was posted 14 hours ago.
Hey man. What's up, man? What you watching? Oh no, I'm watching this YouTube who played a scary game. She had got scared as hell, so she had little she like she flinched like dumb hard and heavy. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, you don't gotta do all of that. All of what? All of that. Like you didn't have to laugh that hard. Like I just think I didn't even laugh that hard. No. You did laugh that hard. You did. I understand maybe you like watching her.
Okay, bro. Have you ever had a conversation with your partner and they tell you some shit you straight up didn't do, right? And so you say that didn't happen, and then they say you're gaslighting them. You know what I've done? And this dismantles every type of retardation that happens in a conversation when emotion brought up. You say, okay, well then why don't we type out everything that we're thinking instead? As I pull out your phone, we can type to each other. We'll type it out. Yeah. And then we'll see if you didn't say that or not. Because bro, there is nothing worse than talking to someone and then them saying something and then you say, but you said this. And they said, I never said that. Okay, let's go through this conversation again, and you're gonna type it out. Yep. And then they'll get upset. But why do I need to do that? Because you're fucking lying, bro. Because the moment you can pull out logs, oh man. Yep. Yeah, then they tone police you. They'll say some crazy ass shit at you, and then you'll get offended. Hey, why are you yelling? First of all, I'm not yelling, I just talk loud. Huge difference. Because even people on Twitch, I've been here for 6.5 years. None of you guys have ever heard me yell, besides 5.5 years ago when I was yelling out of vitamin water bottle. I rarely ever actually yell. I just talk very loud. 1% of you guys will get that reference. Let's continue.
And you like her, whoever she is?
Wait, hold on. I know it's not because of that. You be watching God YouTubers all the time.
Okay, yeah, I do, but I don't laugh so hard that I'm literally slobbering all over myself. Like, you
Not even slobber.
You were literally slobbering all over yourself.
How did I slobber? What slobber on my shirt?
Okay, don't gaslight me. Just because you're so...
Oh my God, they said the thing! They said the thing. Oh my God, we're in the Matrix. We're in the fucking Matrix, guys. Oh my God, they said the fucking thing. Holy shit. Okay, now, once again, I want to have the women's back here real quick. One of my previous partners, their relationship didn't work out because their previous boyfriend fell in love with a Twitch streamer and became a tier 3 sub, or like an equivalent of a tier 3 sub. This was forever ago. Do you guys know the streamer Dizzy Kitten? Do you guys know who that is? Do you know who Dizzy Kitten is? Let me pull up an image. Dizzy Kitten.
Dizzy Kitten? Like...
Yeah, I don't know if this chick does porn. I'm just pulling it up. I got no idea. I just know the name. But yeah, apparently there's some streamer called Dizzy Kitten. And this dude, his name was Jesse. He fell in love with Dizzy Kitten and became one of their Oilers. And he gave up on the relationship with his real life girlfriend. Yep. Yep. So honestly, women, your paranoia is very valid. It does happen. It does in fact happen. Yeah, that's real as fuck. No, that's fucking cringe as shit. Yo, what up, Colin?
Like it's right up off your shirt by the time you just noticed it. Don't mean that it didn't happen. I seen how hard you laughed. It literally
You
happened.
doing way too much. That did not even happen.
Wow. So now you want to defend her.
I'm not defending her. I'm just saying.
Wow,
I'm
so
not
you
going to
care about her that
catch
much
my
more
face as if.
Bro. I had an ex, you guys can guess who this is, who hated one of my previous exes so much that she said that I need to say that I want to kill her or she's gonna break up with me. Brother, it was psychotic. Because this chick would talk about how they want to kill this other woman every day. And I would say, yeah, I don't know about all that. And she said, no, you're gonna say you want to kill her too. And if you don't, we're breaking up. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave. And now things are all sunshine and rainbows. Wonder why that is. Yep. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Weird as fuck, bro. Weird as fuck. Hey, I remember everything.
I don't know. Okay, listen, if you want to defend her that much, then go sleep with her. Go sleep with her. I don't care anymore. I don't sleep with her. I don't. Go ahead, sleep with her right now. Sleep with her right now. What do you mean right now? How right now? What am I going to do? Sleep with her. Like, how does that make sense? Like, I'm a...
Don't. She go say the USB is fucking her right now. She go say that he's cheating on her.
Man, it was a joke. I'm saying like it's a phone.
No way, you just had sex in front of my face like that.
Title of this video, women be crazy.
You just gonna stick it inside her? Like, I'm not standing right here.
It's a
You
charge.
literally just stuck it inside her and her body shook. It shook when you put it inside of her.
The phone started charging. It vibrated. It didn't shake.
Your phone was unlocked. You didn't even use protection.
You know what's crazy? There's motherfuckers in 2025 who don't put their balls in the condom. Like, bro, like, what are you even doing then? Like, bro, if you don't have your whole nuts in the condom, what are you doing? Like, hello? Like, yo, guys, who has my back? Who has my back? Can you imagine being a grown-ass man not knowing to put your whole nuts in the condom? True. Same. True. Imagine not putting your nuts in the hole. That's got it, bro.
Is this something due for an upgrade?
I mean, I had it for a while, so I guess.
So you got her pregnant.
This is phone.
It literally slipped out and you put it back in. Like, you're disgusting. You're disgusting.
This is phone charger.
Like, in front of my face, that never happened to me before. And then they just get her pregnant like
Maybe it's a
just-
phone.
No, because I know my word. I know my word, and it's not good. And it's not good.
I'm trying to think of the craziest shit, the craziest argument I ever had. This chick demanding. Oh my god. I remember this other time. You'll never guess who this is. I go to break up with this one chick, and she like goes full on Left 4 Dead 2 Disturb the Witch mode. Screaming, howling, sprints up to her room, throws shit, breaks shit on the walls, come back down, and says she's gonna kill herself unless I get back together with her. And I say, okay, we're back together then. And then she goes, yay! And everything's normal again. Guys, I'll be real, man. Bitches be crazy. Straight up. Bitches be fucking crazy. Jesus, bro. Hey, when AI sex bots come out, ain't nobody gonna have to deal with another person ever again. Absolutely not. I can beat all your stories? Oh, really? Really? Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Beat it then, man.
Oh god, we're about
Outdo me.
We're about to
Outdo me.
hear the most wild.
Take your time. We'll wait, man. But type it out like sentence by sentence. Don't paragraph.
Yeah.
Sentence by sentence. I got you pulled up, man. Go ahead. Let's. Okay. Well, give me a
Well,
second.
give me
Type it out sentence by sentence. I'll read it out.
There you
Take
go.
your time, bro. You're good. I don't know this is a competition. Yeah, we're having a trauma tier list, man. We're having a trauma tier list. Dum dum dum, bum bum bum, da 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 da, bum bum bum. I had this girl. Yeah, okay. You had this girl. All right. That's the first step. Yep. Yep. Okay. He had this girl. Okay. Yep. Yep. Boy, I think we're in for a treat in terms of spelling and grammar. Yep. Yep. He had this girl, right? He had this girl. Yep. That I was with and she went nuts on night at bar. Brother, put down the bottle, bro. Put down the bottle. Put down the goddamn bottle. Alright. Ain't nobody know what the fuck it is you're trying to say. Alright? You need to just, bro, relax. The age of ugly is over. I don't know about that, dude. I mean, have you been to a Walmart at 4 a.m.? I'll be the judge of that.
In my armpit. Just a reminder.
I'll be real, brother. I'm just gonna say it on behalf of everybody. If you're a woman and you don't shave your mustache and your armpits, you are ugly as fuck. I'm just gonna be so straight up with you. Nobody likes that shit. If you do, it's because your partner's a pussy and they can't get anybody else. Nobody likes that shit. Now let me go further. Let me go further. I'm gonna have the ladies back a little bit. I'm gonna have the ladies back a little bit. Okay? Let's be real, women. What the fuck? Why are you doing that? You fucking scary ass motherfucker. That is horrifying. Never do that ever again. Holy shit. I thought you were one of the mannequins at Lifetime. I'm fucking schizophrenic. Why are you doing this? Yeah. My heart is beating so hard. You fucking psychopath. And that's okay. And that's okay. It's your birthday. Guys, Sophia's turning 16. Yeah! 16! Let's go! Yeah! How's your birthday been so far?
Oh, is that like his?
And I keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. And she just messaged me. She said, hey, you shipped out my package, right? I haven't gotten it yet. So I started panicking.
Oh, no.
And I just went to UPS, and then I get there, and they're like, you need your ID. And I'm like, fuck. So I went back. And now I gotta go ship this package. And I'm trying to figure out how to do it cheap.
Okay. Birthday! Did you need something of me? Do you require my assistance?
No, I'm bored.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You can sit here on the couch if you like.
Okay, I'll sit here while I figure out how to ship this package as cheap as possible.
Okay, yeah. Feel free to use the pillows and yeah. I'm making a video on the age of ugly is over. Probably gonna say some misogynistic comments and you don't want to be in the clip? Be in the clip. Be in the clip. Okay, all right, great. Well, let's everybody say happy birthday to Sophia. It is her birthday, guys. It is her birthday. Have you had a good birthday so far? Wait, come up here. Come up here. Before I get into misogyny. How has it been so far?
It's been good.
What?
The mini panic attack was
That's
I know I just put shit off and then I ruined other people's lives.
Yeah, that's okay though. Did you have you done anything so far for your birthday?
We went out and we got crepes.
That should not good as fuck.
They're really good. And we got crepes and we got French toast.
That French toast was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and cappuccino.
Cappuccino
And
assassins.
a shitty bowl of fruit. I hate when you get like a fruit cup at places and they give you, what is that stupid green melon?
Fucking honeydew melon.
Okay.
It's mid as fuck.
Strawberries. Stop giving me
Dude,
Ooh.
it was like half melon, half honeydew melon.
As to this specific episode today. So you may get a fast facts version of this that comes out tomorrow morning or something like that. So a little bit of stuff. Is there a PP? Yes, there is a PP. It is a moderately sized PP. It's an average PP for legal mindset. It's about an average. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time today. I'm gonna go through. Today is a day to go through some arguments that have been made by LawTube. We're going to go through some of both the Hassan Orbiter lawsuits and Hassan himself. I'm going to cover some of the defenses and some of the things we've seen in the comments because over the last, let's say 5 days, 6 days, I was traveling and I really wasn't home and able to address a lot of these comments. So I'm going to go and address some of the comments, some of the things people were saying, some of the defenses that people brought up.
Alright, I'm gonna go turn the light on. Yeah. We got some rain clouds pouring in. Alright. Now, as gold 10 pool. Alright, we're going to start this with a little bit of a
You
test.
are not safe.
Alright.
The very
We
fine
got
people
video
host.
talking, we got
So
me
let's take a
talking
look at
at the
this
same
and,
time,
we'll
and
see
we're going
what's
to see
going on.
how that sounds. Alright, we're going to start this with a little bit of a test. Alright. We got video talking, we got me talking at the same time, and we're going to see how that sounds. Yo, that's got a fucking echo. Oh, and there's the rain. Okay,
Bro, Donald Trump dumped food into a fish pond after Shinzo Abe did. Why are you trying to make that a negative
I don't even
story?
know what that
It was like
argument there.
it's all of. Bro, Donald Trump dumped food into a fish pond after Shinzo Abe did. Why are you trying to make that a negative story? It was like it's all.
wow, it actually does get quieter, but the whole thing is really quiet, so how solve that? File settings, audio.
Of these hoaxes, the very fine people hoax.
I mean, I remember the line. Yeah,
Trump never called Nazis fine people.
He said there were very fine people on both sides.
Except the neo-Nazis and white nationalists who should be condemned totally.
He said that.
Holy. Of these hoaxes, the very fine people hoax.
I mean, I remember the line. Yeah,
Trump never called Nazis fine people.
He said there were very fine people on both sides.
Except the neo-Nazis and white nationalists who should be condemned totally.
He said that.
Holy. these hoaxes. The Very Fine People hoax?
I mean, I remember.
Yeah, he did. That's the full quote. Yeah, he did. That's the full quote.
Shit.
Test, test, test.
Shit.
Test, test, test.
What a fucking retard. Oh my god. What a fucking retard. Oh my god.
Brother, it is.
I don't live in your bubble, man. I don't.
You don't live in the fuck. Brother,
I don't live in your bubble, man. I don't.
You don't live in the fuck.
You don't live in the bubble? You don't live in the bubble?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello, how are you doing? I'm 2D System, and today I'm coming at you with a reaction video. I have seen this video before. This is Asmongold reacting to Tim Pool and Adam Conover in their Culture War episode, and I did also watch a little bit of that episode. Me, personally, I kind of thought that Tim didn't do too well in that discussion. I generally liked Tim for a lot of his things. What are you doing over there? I generally liked Tim for, you know, a lot of what he says. Yeah, but I thought that this particular discussion, I felt Tim didn't do too well. I thought he was making good points, but he wasn't making them well. He was right, but he didn't really convey it. At least what I had seen. I didn't watch the whole episode, but I saw this and thought, it'd be interesting to see someone else's opinion of that discussion that I had thought that Tim didn't do too hot in. So this is Asmongold's reaction. I have seen this video before, but it's been a few days, and well, I have opinions, and I want to share those opinions. So we're just going to get right into it.
You are not safe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh.
And I apologize if the audio from the video isn't loud. I've tried everything I could, but it just doesn't seem to want to get too loud. So that's just how this is gonna be.
The very fine people hoax. So let's take a look at this, and we'll see what's going on.
Bro, Donald Trump dumped food into a fish pond after Shinzo Abe did. Why are you trying to make that a negative story?
I don't even know what that
it was like
talking about there.
It's all of these hoaxes. The very fine people hoax.
I mean, I remember the line. Yeah,
Trump never called Nazis fine people.
He said there were very fine people on both sides,
except the neo-Nazis and white nationalists who should be condemned totally.
He said that.
Holy.
Yeah, he did. That's the full quote.
Shit.
What a fucking retard. Oh my god.
Just the way that he just doesn't know that. Like, he'll go on to explain the bubble situation, but just the absolute bubble that Adam resides in.
Brother.
I don't live in your bubble, man. I don't.
You don't live in the fuck.
You don't live in the bubble?
But just so you guys can understand this bubble analogy fully. So this is the quote. So Adam's bubble is the smaller bubble. So if anybody's living in a bubble, it's Adam. I mean, because if you want to use this metaphor, this is literally the worst metaphor to possibly use. Why would you use this bubble? This is the worst one.
Like, the thing about the bubble is, like, this has been out for, like, a long time. Like, this quote happened, like, several years ago. You're telling me that you've never had a conversation with anyone where the quote was brought up and they were like, oh, well, you know he condemned neo-Nazis and white nationalists, right? Like, and you exist in this space, so I'm sure you've had the conversation where it comes up, where the very fine people on both sides quote comes up, and just nobody has ever told you that before. My brother in Christ, you are in the bubble.
Oh my God.
Brother, it is.
I don't live in your bubble, man. I don't.
I think that Tim Pool is being way too aggro about this, and because of that, he's making Adam super defensive.
And that is one of the reasons why I thought Tim wasn't too great in that discussion, is because he was very aggro. It seemed like Tim was getting like a little overheated. I think he had mentioned that he had like two liberals in a row, and they were both, being their normal liberal self and like not listening to anything that Tim is saying. So I'm guessing it was like frustration from the last conversation getting carried into this conversation. But I think he had kind of got a little overheated in that particular episode, and I don't think that served him well.
Maybe he's doing that on purpose, but yeah, he is. Like, I think Tim goes super aggro about stuff. I don't hate Tim, by the way. I like Tim. I think Tim's fine. I've watched an Adam video I've agreed with too, for that matter. I think this is stupid, but...
Yeah, Adam, of course, he used to have the show Adam Ruins Everything, and if there were a couple episodes where I was like, oh, this is really interesting, and even back then there were a couple episodes where I'm like, this seems like he's not, making the correct logical conclusion from the facts that he's giving here. But it really did. I did sort of get the feeling back in the day, whenever like that show was coming out, I remember seeing like a couple episodes and being like, I don't know, this guy seems just a little bit disingenuous. But it seemed like he was bringing attention to like certain topics that weren't getting attention at the time. So I was like, oh, it's probably fine. But yeah, I looking back on it, he did come off as pretty disingenuous even back then.
But other than that, yeah.
Fucking news, dude! Come the fuck on! You don't read the fucking news! This is what fucking blows my mind!
No, I just don't have your obsessions.
Trump did not call me.
Wait, you don't have your obsessions? I didn't realize it was this bad.
that was another thing. And he said, I don't have these obsessions. Like, my guy, like I was just talking about, you had the TV show where you talked about this stuff. Are you trying to say this wasn't your obsession? Because, like, this is sort of what you got famous off of. This is kind of your bread and butter. Like, it, to me, it seems this political commentary is sort of your life. So I know he's also a comedian. He probably considers himself more of a comedian than a political commentator, but I mean, he got big off of Adam Ruins Everything. At least from my perspective, that's what he got big off of. And yeah, it was comedy, but it was political comedy, and it was political commentary. And I don't know how you get to be in that position if you're not going to be obsessed about this stuff. Like obvious, like Tim, he works like 16 hours a day every day. Like, he is obsessed about this stuff. And he'd probably tell you, like, yeah, you know, like, everyone has their things that they get really interested in. My thing is, you know, current events, the news, these political discussions. Like, I imagine that is something Tim would say. And I have my interests, you know, I get like obsessed, micro obsessions about many different things, and well, politics and these discussions is one of them. But yeah, I'd say it's a small obsession. For Tim, I'd say it's a big obsession. For Adam, I would say, like, yeah, I'd imagine it would be somewhat of an obsession, because like, this is what you do for a living. Like, if you're going to do something that you're not obsessed with, then it's going to be a job that just sort of pays the bills, right? Like, I work a job that I'm not obsessed with, but I don't want this to be my life. I'm not going on, you know, TV, going on camera. Well, I guess now I am sort of on a camera, but this isn't my job. My job is clean rooms at a motel. That, I'm not obsessed with cleaning rooms at a motel. But that is not my career. That is, that's something to, get by, to pay the bills, to keep myself busy. That's not my career, and it's not my obsession. But if I'm going to have a career, it's going to be something that I have at least some amount of obsession for. So for Adam to sit here and say, like, well, dude, this isn't what I'm obsessed with, it's like, okay, well, what are you obsessed with? Because, like, everyone's obsessed with something. Your thing is comedy and political commentary. So are you're obsessed with comedy, and the political commentary is something you really don't care about? Is it just because it gets you clicks and views? Which, I mean, that's fine, and I'd honestly believe it if it were the case. And he's sort of saying it right here, like, he doesn't legitimately care about any of this stuff. React to this. Oh. Mr. Beast is back, Sammy. Sup, bro? I'm not sure what this is. We'll take a look at it, but right now I'm ranting about this thing right here. I actually have my record button hit for a YouTube video. Well, yeah, I'm okay. If it's about this, sure, but I'm let me just get through this. You know, I'm making a video. I'm also streaming, but I'm making a video. So, but I'll definitely check that out once I'm done with this.
So, see, and this is what a lot of people do, is that what I find to be very funny about this is that it's this emotional manipulation gaslighting technique that people like Adam do, and there are other people that do this as well, that weaponize mental illness or the implication of mental illness against other people. And by the way, I do this too, but I admit that I'm doing this. And the thing is that they gaslight you, and then they tell you you're crazy for acknowledging that they're being gaslighted.
And furthermore, to build upon what I'm saying and what he's sort of saying there, just knowing the correct quote isn't even that much of an obsession. It's just like, oh, Trump said this quote. Well, let me do a quick Google search and, you know, see what the context is, right? Like, you don't need to be obsessed with politics to do a little Google search. And like, I get, you know, there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially coming from the left, and, you know, to borrow a word that they sort of popularized. I lost my train of thought. They're spreading the misinformation. All right. Let's click on this thing right here. It's gonna do this thing because I got ad block.
Circle back and park in my spot.
Okay, because this is public street parking.
He's gonna circle around the block and park in my spot.
This is public street parking. I'm allowed to do that.
How many times do we have to go over this? I had to call 5-0.
Great.
I had to get my husband, the Joe Anderson.
I don't know what that
Come
means.
out here and try to talk some sense into you, and nope. Not gonna happen, right? Because nothing goes through there.
Yeah, because this is public street parking. I can't emphasize enough. This is a street. It is public.
Emphasize enough.
And what?
That
Why can't you
the
emphasize?
Joe Anderson
Oh my gosh.
very politely tried to ask you to move your vehicle. Then
Why do you refer to him as?
Who is Joe Anderson? Do I? Oh, Christ. My push to talk is control. It's also what determines how zoomed in I am. Oh, it's scripted? Yeah, I don't know who... Yeah, there we go. I don't know who Joe Anderson is. Is he just some random fucking guy? Like, is he just like a random ass dude? And this chick is like, this is the Joe Anderson, and it's just like her husband?
Joe Anderson had to get on the phone with the police.
Why do you refer to him as the Joe Anderson? You realize that you're insane, right? That you're crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Do you realize that you're actually crazy?
You're insane, and
how am I insane and crazy? Tell me how.
You better think about it, because
How?
that's what's what.
How?
Okay?
How am I? How?
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that I'm having to experience this today. You know, it's just
No, I don't.
ridiculous.
I don't.
I just asked you so politely, please move your car so I can park here and so I know where my car is. But no, you can't do that.
Are you done? Are you done?
No, I'm not. You're done. That's who's done. You're done.
Okay.
Honey,
Yeah.
I think the Joe Anderson's had enough.
See? Look at what you're doing.
He was talking to you.
Hot out here.
He was talking to you, not to me.
What do you mean you're talking to me?
I think it's, I think he makes some points. It's a little too much. It's just a parking spot.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but it's my parking spot.
Even the Joe Anderson.
It's not your parking spot though. It's public parking. Holy shit! This dude
agrees with me that this is just a parking spot.
This is the spot that I love to park, and you gotta stick up for me here.
Can you guys get away from my car?
No, we're not getting away from your car, okay? You get away from your car, you move your car, you go on
No.
and get out of here, okay?
It's not that big of a deal.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, it is a big deal.
This is my spot.
It's not that big. I mean, he's parked here. It's, you know, there's not a lot of spaces.
Then you need to ask him again.
I'm not going anywhere. Even the Joe Anderson said that I'm allowed to park here.
The Joe Anderson may not be thinking straight right now because he's out in the heat. He's probably about to have a heat stroke, okay?
lady, I think you're the one who's not thinking straight in this particular situation.
Because you won't move your car, okay?
No, you know what?
What?
The Joe Anderson, we're done.
He said you're done.
No, you're done. You mean we're done?
I can't.
No, honey. What do you mean you can't do this?
Can you guys break up not right next to my car? This is my fault?
Everything's been good between us for 12 years or more, okay? I mean, we dated before the 12 years.
I don't care. Can you get away from my car, please? Can you get away from my car and break up somewhere else?
Look, I can't.
No, yes, you can. There's no, I mean, you always stick up for me. I don't understand. Wait, Joe Anderson.
All right, bye. Bye. Bye.
This is your fault. You caused this.
Oh,
This
I
is your
did?
fault,
Okay, all right.
Because you wouldn't move your car.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem real to me. Yeah, okay, so I guess it is a scripted video. This also isn't a Trump neo-Nazi issue. Like, this is just... I mean, it's kind of a wild fucking video, but like, I don't know. It's...
Or they're gaslighting. Excuse me.
Neo-Nazis and white supremacists, very fine people. Bro, it's been almost 10 years and you still think he did. That's
No,
what's
I
fucked up.
didn't say I think he did. I just don't know what you're talking about because I don't.
You didn't... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We gotta pause the music here.
That's
No,
what's
I
fucked up.
didn't say I think he did. I just don't.
People.
He said there were very fine people on both sides.
Except the neo-Nazis and white nationalists. That's
No,
what's fucked
I
up.
didn't say I think he did. I just don't know.
Yeah, he definitely made the implication. I mean, the whole thing of saying, like, there were fine people on both sides, it's a talking point that they use to say, like, oh, Trump endorses these people. Like, that's why he brings it up.
I love the fact that we can record videos. Isn't
Me
that
too.
great that we can just record videos and do this? It's so easy.
It is truly fantastic.
That's crazy.
That you can just back it up and see,
Why do
oh...
you lefty lunatics so much credit? You give them too much credit to a fault? I mean, I'm not giving this guy any credit. I mean, he's making himself and everybody who thinks like him look terrible. He is doing more damage to liberalism by being this stupid than Tim ever could.
It's really the truth too. Like, these people do more damage to their own movement than Tim could ever dream of doing. It's just, what's his name? The VTuber. He has this quote, Operation Let Them Talk. I can't think, it's like Nux Taku, I think. That guy. Operation Let Them Speak.
This is awful. Yeah, this is terrible. Like, I'm not giving him any credibility at all.
What you're talking about, because I don't
Joe
I don't
Biden.
listen to your shit.
It's not about listening to my.
Listen, see,
Is not just listening to your shit, it's just looking at the facts. It's just being a journalist.
And you can see the obfuscations, right? It's like, well, I don't listen to your bubble. I'm not listening to your news. I don't know everything about this. Like, and you can see these are just these constant minimizations of the fact that you are maliciously spreading propaganda. And it's okay. Like, it's fine. I don't know why Adam can't just say, oh, really? Okay, well, he did 15 other bad things, so let's talk about those. Okay.
Right, and the thing about that is, like, I feel like on some level he knows. Some level he knows that all of those other things are just as flimsy as this one. All of the talking point arguments against Donald Trump that the left puts forward, all of them are just as bad as this argument, the fine people quote. That's the thing. Is like he has to die on any one of those hills. He can't just say, okay, he can't give that up and move on to the next one, because he knows the next one will be swatted down just as thoroughly and easily.
Fine. Let's talk about that. Why do you fixate?
And by the way, there are plenty of things that you can criticize Trump for, especially within the past month, which is, you know, like a lot of the bad stuff that has happened recently didn't happen by the time this conversation and this reaction video came out. So this is pre-Epstein files not existing. I think I don't know if this is around the time of Iran, but yeah. There are plenty of things that you can criticize Donald Trump for. Very fine people is not really one of them.
On the one thing that's bullshit. That's the problem. And this is why, like, there have been things that Trump has done that I've disagreed with. I don't like Trump did X, Y, or Z thing. But the problem is that the people that criticize him completely destroy all of their credibility when they fixate and they latch on to lies. That's the problem. It is that, like, now nobody is going to take them seriously at all because they're fixating on a lie.
Shit, bro, it's reading the news. It's fact checking, bro. I got Snopes for you. They're not a conservative publication. Even Snopes was like, guys,
I don't know why you're shouting at me. I was just asking you to explain.
Because
and that right there is a decent point. Like, why is Tim shouting? Like, and I get, you know, he's frustrated in the conversation, but like, just calm down. It's okay. Like, I understand. You know, this stuff is very frustrating. But whenever you are posing as the very angry one, and your opponent is the one who's poised as the calm one, it doesn't matter that your side is right, and it is the right one. Obviously, Adam is being a retard in this situation. But he's the one staying calm, and you're the one getting upset, Tim. there's something about the human monkey brain that's just like that wants to side with the guy who's calm and collected. And that's part of why I thought Tim didn't do too well in this exchange, because he was letting his emotions sort of get the better of him. I think Adam just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
The issue we have.
And to be fair, Tim is like Adam is making Tim is being too aggro here. And I think that he could communicate this point without being this aggressive, and it would make Adam look worse. Because 10% of people will watch this and think that Tim is wrong because of his demeanor. It's like listen, all online conversations and debates are purely manipulation. That's just how it is.
And I apologize, because I'm not trying to shout at you. I'm shouting in exasperation that we've had two liberals on in the past 2 weeks who didn't know this. And I'm just like, for the love of all is holy, I just, all I do all day is I read probably 500 news articles every single day from CNN, the New York Times, MSNBC, and all their aggregates. And then liberals come on and they believe things that were debunked 8 years ago.
I didn't say I believed it. I was just asking what you were talking about.
You didn't know this.
Yeah, I don't know everything.
He doesn't.
Thing that you know.
But this is.
But you did say you
find people hoax.
I mean, I remember the line. Yeah, they're
never called Nazis fine people.
He said there were very fine people on both sides.
There, right there, right there. It's just he just buys the shit and eats it and doesn't think twice about it.
Except the neo-Nazis and white.
Adam was clearly and obviously asserting that Trump said that there were neo-Nazis that were fine people. He clearly implied this. Adam is acting like a smug idiot. Well, you could have stopped there as Adam, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know everything that you know.
But this is.
I don't know everything that you know. This is, again, another appeal to triviality, trying to make him look ridiculous for pointing out this obvious lie.
What Biden launched his campaign on.
Yes.
Biden made a public announcement to launch his presidency in 2020 off of this lie. And you didn't know that. 5 years later.
Well, he did know that. He did know it. Like, I mean, do you really think that this guy didn't know that?
I do. Honest to God, I think he really just didn't know that shit. Like, I think at one point he had heard it, but because it didn't fit into his narrative, he just brushed it off and shoved it out of his memory. I genuinely don't think he actually, like, ever learned that piece of information and internalized it. I think he just genuinely is that negligent about his research.
Adam isn't stupid.
And no, he's not stupid, but I mean, I don't know, kinda. I mean, he's genuine. Like he. I get, like, you know, he has a sort of. He has some sort of savvy that he's able to, you know, get on camera. You know, he can do a little bit of research. We know this much. He's not completely inept. But I actually don't think that he just... I actually think that he just is in a bubble. I think that's actually it. I think he is legitimately in a bubble.
He's not stupid. He knows this. He's just making it up. He's lying.
I don't know why you're getting on me about this, but
It's again, I apologize. I'm not trying to get on you. It's the exasperation, largely with liberals.
I think the reason why Tim is exasperated is very justified, even though I think it's a bad way to communicate because it can make people think that you're unhinged. I think that he's doing the same. I think Destiny does the same thing too. Destiny can sometimes commit.
I think Asmund is like on point right there. Like, I think that hits the nail on the head. I'm not as familiar with Destiny, but I have seen him a couple times. And Destiny, yeah, he's right about him too. He does get pretty emotional.
Destiny can sometimes make a really good point, but he's communicating in a way that's aggro and it puts people against him. But I'm not, and also, like, I don't want to shit on Tim. I'm not shitting on Tim. I'm just talking about this from, like, my third-party perspective. But anyway, that's fair. I'm trying to be fair. I think Tim is really exasperated and frustrated because Adam is a very outspoken progressive voice. He's been on Joe Rogan, and he also embarrassed himself, in my opinion, on Joe Rogan as well. Adam is...
I had even forgotten about that until I watched this, and I was like, oh, he was on Joe Rogan? And then you'll see the clip. I saw it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that was real bad.
The one that, I'll go ahead and I'll pull this up.
To a child's body, that's a choice.
This is him defending kids being trans.
It's a choice on the it's a choice on the part of the parent. It's not a choice on the part of the child to like in the same way that being gay isn't a choice. Yeah.
Okay, but if that's who they are, if they think that they're a girl, why do you have to give them hormones to make them more of a girl?
I would just like to point out what Adam just said right there was just nothing but word salad. Like, as many times as I've seen this clip, I still just... It makes no sense to me.
Because...
And then he gets just stammering, right? He doesn't know what to say.
I'm sorry, can you expand on the question?
It's a simple question. If you say that the child thinks it's a girl, so you're going to give the child hormones.
Mm-hmm.
If the child thinks it's a girl, let it be a girl. Like, you don't have, why are you adding hormones? If you're shooting hormones into a child and you're affecting the child's development, you're saying that's not a choice. That's nonsense. Of course it's a choice. You're choosing to chemically change this child's body. You're choosing to inject things into this child's body on a regular basis that are going to radically affect the physical development of their body.
Yeah.
And you're saying that this isn't a choice. Choosing to,
And the correct response there is just to be like, yeah, well, you know, maybe you have a point. And then you just tactfully move on to something else. I mean, at some point you have to like sit down and be honest with yourself if you really believe all this shit, but I guess Adam does, so.
So, let's see if there's any more of this.
Mm-hmm. Of their body.
Yeah.
And you're saying that
Is this the same one? Yeah, it might just be the same one. But anyway, this is the same guy, okay? This is the exact same guy. So I think he needs to stop going on podcasts. I mean, honestly,
Bro,
it just
Donald
doesn't work very well for him. It's not helping him. It's not working, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he just needs to stick to fucking humor, which I've seen his stints on the various whatchamacalls, I've seen his stints on like the college humor shorts and stuff, and I don't think he's even that funny, man.
Right? And so anyway, yeah, the dude's a loony. Yeah, it makes him look bad, and it clearly does. He's a sleazeball. Clout is clout. Well, this isn't helping him. That's the problem, is that it's not helping him at all.
That is the effect of the speech. So you think that whether you have free speech should be your words should be based on the moral worldview of the argument.
So to understand
certain
your view of
arguments-
what free speech means, I'm asking you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody says explicitly, you right now commit crime to that person. Is that free speech?
Someone says, you right now commit crime to that person, and what, do they do it?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess...
It actually doesn't matter. It's the answer is no. It's not legal. You can't do that.
I'm not a free speech scholar, but like... that is, yeah, there's probably be legal consequences for that free speech.
It is illegal to do that.
That is...
See, like, bro.
Like, that's just easy. That's just knowledge. It's like...
You can see, right? All of these people are the exact same. They are all the exact same. The reason why they say, like, just give an answer. Dodge again, yes.
So my point is upholding the law is marginally good. Sometimes the law is bad, and that's why it's not always good. In this regard...
So wait, you're saying simply the fact that Marco Rubio exercised his legal authority to do something was good. It's like he had the legal authority to do it. He could have enforced this law as he saw it on anybody. He could have enforced it on a comedian, right? Who's in town and goes on stage and says, "Hey, you know what? I disagree with this or that." Or, "Hey, I just did shows in
Canada,
I just did what?
You're not from Canada.
No, but I just did shows in the UK and Amsterdam, and I made fun of UK politics, made fun of American politics.
You wouldn't dare make fun of Islam, though. Go to the UK and mock Islam. Do it.
Well,
And I will say this is also kind of where I think Tim sort of lost Adam. I'm not sure that Adam was aware that it's illegal to criticize Islam in the UK.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Like, I think he may have not genuinely known that.
The thing is, there is a good answer to this, by the way. There is a good answer to this. Adam doesn't have that answer. But there it is. No, there isn't? Well, no, I think that there is a unspoken rule in politics that you don't make fun of cultures that you don't understand. Like, for example, it's okay for people to go and make jokes about their own race or their own culture, but not make jokes about other races and other cultures. If I said that, and I think that's very fair. That would have been very fair for him to say that. He wouldn't know that? Yeah. Who says we don't understand it? Well, sorry, not understand. Understand's a bad word that you're not a part of. So, for example, I make jokes all the time about how annoying upper middle class white liberals are. That would come off very differently if I was a different race. People would complain about me saying that all the time if I wasn't white. That's the truth.
There is also a certain element of, if you're speaking truth, I don't actually know how much people would care your race. Like, if you're a black person, that you're, like, if you're speaking, like, you know, common sense, you know, you're making genuinely normal arguments and points, you know, in the way that Asmongold tends to do, just very reasonable stuff. And then he starts talking about specifically upper class white liberals. Like, I wouldn't have any problem with that. I think anyone who wants to criticize upper class white liberals, but specifically that. Now, when you're talking about like white people as a whole, and now we're getting into iffy territory. But these upper class white liberals are just awful. And so if as someone of a different race, or, you know, whatever, started criticizing those people. I don't actually know how much they would be criticized. Especially speaking about the liberal part. Yeah, I'm not sure that what Asmund is saying is necessarily the case. But I do still see what he's saying. It's more the point of like, oh, you can make fun of your own, but you can't make fun of others. I just don't think the upper middle class white liberal is a very good example of that, because they really are just the worst. And I get, you know, he is himself upper middle class white, not liberal, but, you know, he shares many qualities. He just differs in ideology. He differs in thought process. He lives in reality with the rest of us. But yeah, I still get the point that he's making. As far as the whole Islam thing, well, we'll just keep playing.
And they would be getting mad. No, you're gaslighting? No, I'm not. George Carlin said this 50 years ago.
Don't have any jokes.
No, they wouldn't. What do you mean? Everybody got furious at Bruce for calling white people crackers. They got mad at Hassan for saying it. And they got mad for Frogan for saying it. But whenever I said I went to Cracker Barrel, and yeah, that sure is true, I didn't get people mad at me because I'm white.
I also wonder if there's like a certain level of Hassan and Frogan existing on the left versus on the right, or better phrased, exist not on the left, because people who don't exist on the left, they don't have this crazy racial view of the world like people like Hassan, and I'm guessing I don't really know much about Frogan, but I'm assuming or whoever the other person he said, I'm assuming these are non-white people criticizing. I know Frogan like wears like a hijab. I don't know. She's like a Middle Eastern, maybe. I've only ever seen a picture of her once. I don't know anything about her, and I know she's not white. I know Hassan is not white. But when they criticize someone else for, like, when they make these racial remarks, is different for them because they come up and preach every day that you should not be racist. And most people not on the left understand, like, yeah, you shouldn't be racist, but they don't make it their entire personality like Hassan and his ilk do. And so whenever they're being racist, it comes off as incredibly hypocritical. But if Asmund says something racist, and you know, I'm sure if he's said something bad about black people, you know, he'd probably catch heat. But when he says something about white people, I mean, yeah, it's because he's white, you know. That is definitely part of it. But I also want to say, like, if there were, like, some white person on the left who's also, like, talking about white people like crackers, like, they'd probably catch flack for that. Probably more so that it's just, like, leftists is being racist, typical, that kind of reaction.
That's the truth. Like, my point is that Adam has a good argument against this, but he doesn't know it. He doesn't know it. And that's it. And it's because he doesn't think like me. He's not thinking like I'm thinking. He's a fucking retard.
Yep.
Islam.
Why not? They got Pakistani grooming games for raping little girls. Why won't you go to the UK?
What?
Why won't you?
I like how he acts like, oh, wait, what? There's no way. Wait, what do you mean?
And, like, that's another thing where I'm just like, maybe he just genuinely doesn't know anything in the world. And then it starts to get to a point where it's like, okay, dude, come on. You have to have some sense of, like, oh, things are going on in the world. Like, I didn't know about the Pakistani rape gangs. But it's not like I'm going to sit here and go, what are you talking about? I go like, oh, really? Is that a thing? They'll tell me more. If I were, sitting where Adam's sitting, obviously I would plead ignorance on this subject because I don't know a lot about what's going on in the UK. I know it's illegal to criticize Islam, and I know that there are things that happen, like he mentioned, that don't get justice because of these weird laws that they have. But I haven't done a lot of research into it. So I would claim ignorance and say like, oh, well, please tell me more. I would be humble about it. I wouldn't sit there and go, what are you talking about? You're just making stuff up. Like, why would, like, who does that? Like, who just...
Go to the UK and make jokes about Islam.
I don't think it's very funny. I don't have any jokes about it. I'm so confused. Dude.
I don't think it's very funny.
Okay, let me help unconfuse you. Are there jokes that can be made about Islam? Yes or no?
Wait, I don't want to.
Uh-oh. Bro.
And I will say this, at this point, Tim is sort of getting into the weeds here. And I get that what he's trying to do is to, like, take a microcosm point, take like a microcosmic situation and make a macrocosmic point with it and say like, okay, this is an example, now apply it across the board type of thing. But I feel like he gets a little bit too into the weeds in this exchange. But I also think like Adam just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I don't think he knows what the fuck Tim is talking about. That, or he's genuinely just lying about all this and just trying to save face. Because one or two of things that he just doesn't know, like, I get it, but like to sit there and say like, I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know that. It's like, are you really like having a serious conversation? Like, did you just come here prepared with nothing, or are you lying to my face?
See, this is what I was saying, is that, like, people like Adam can only exist in a safe space where only people like Adam exist. They cannot exist in a free marketplace of ideas.
That's it.
I don't want to go to
this particular rabbit hole. Oh, no. You're terrified. You're a hypocrite.
Of course he is. Yeah, he is.
What?
Are there jokes you can make?
He is. And I completely support Tim on this. 100%. Tim is completely right on this.
He is completely right. I just don't think he conveys his point as well as he could have. He's too aggro, like Asman said.
About Islam. Muhammad banged a little girl, right?
I'm really baffled.
Come on.
I'd like.
Yeah. We know.
You're terrified of the subject. I'm not.
No, I'm not.
In the UK, you can be jailed for making jokes about Islam or even bring up the grooming gangs.
So why wouldn't he just use that as an excuse and say, yeah, I'm not going to make a joke over there because it'd put me in jail? That would be a perfect excuse, and I would say, okay. Yeah.
And this is kind of where I want to go back to, like, he's legitimately ignorant, because the way he's reacting is like he doesn't know any of this stuff. Like, he's like, I feel like he just learned 3 seconds ago that it's illegal to criticize Islam in the UK. And he's trying to process that while being yelled at.
Yeah, sure. He actually needs to stop going to these pops.
Like, when he says, I'm not afraid, I'm just confused, I think he legitimately means that. Like, I think he's just lost.
Podcasts. He has to stop doing this. Like, just stop doing this to yourself. Why are you hitting yourself? Stop hitting yourself.
There are people who go online and pointed out that a stabbing was carried out by a Muslim, and they got arrested for it. I'll bet you $1,000 you will not go to the UK and make a joke about any of that stuff, because you will not go to a foreign country and, in violation of their laws, speak out against what they've said not to speak out against. Do it. I dare you. $10,000. Cash in your pocket if you go to the UK and make a joke about Muhammad having a 12-year-old wife.
This we got here faster than I thought we would in this conversation. Where you're shouting at me about something I don't understand. I don't really understand how you would think it's incumbent upon me.
He doesn't understand. So it's crazy how people say 9, 12, I don't know. What happened in the year, what was it, 400 or 1400 like AD? I don't know. Like, what are we doing here? And so, like, was it 16? Damn, I was fucking off on that. The 600? Yeah, okay, all right, that's 600. And anyway, fuck, I lost my train of thought because I was, okay. Anyway, it's very obvious that the reason why he's not doing it, right? It's very, very obvious.
Do you think anybody watching this right now thinks you are confused by the notion?
Yeah, every time that a hypocrisy is brought up, he immediately acts like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. He's confused. So he simultaneously knows everything whenever he's talking about things that make him look smart, and he doesn't know anything whenever he's talking about things that make him look stupid. Isn't that convenient?
That in the UK you go to jail for mocking Islam?
I don't understand how we got onto you shouting at me about Islam specifically. I'd like to return...
Because it's a free speech issue.
Okay, it's because you said people should be allowed to come to this country and speak out against it. And you said you're a comedian, and you go to other countries, right? And you said you go to the UK. And I said, okay, if you go to the UK, speak out in violation of their laws and see what happens. And you said, I'm confused, I don't understand. What don't you understand? Will you go to Turkey? Will you go to Turkey and speak out against Islam?
I mean, if I have a joke to make, sure. I don't have a joke.
No, because you're not going to. Why not say that you're not a martyr and you don't want to go to jail for breaking the law? That's totally fair. Just fucking say. How can you be so fake and you have so many get out of jail free cards that are so obvious? Like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, let me just go somewhere and break the law and get in trouble to prove a point to you for $10,000. This is the dumbest premise ever. And you just own it. Like, holy fuck, like, this is crazy.
About those particular topics.
You would.
I would?
You're saying if you had a joke about...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure, I would.
Yeah, I think he just genuinely just doesn't understand the impact of that. Like... I don't know that he understands, like, he could be thrown in jail or worse for doing that. Like, I think he just genuinely lives in his bubble where everything is fine all the time, and you never get criticized for anything that you say.
I would try to do the best I can. I always try to poke the bear as much as I can. It's part of the job of a comedian. Because
it's just always convenient that you never poke the bear that can bite back, or the bear that is not politically acceptable to poke. That's the problem.
Yep.
It's always nice to make these statements like, oh, I like to poke the bear, but you're not poking the bear. You're poking a tree.
As it pertains to one of the world's largest religions, I mean, come on.
I mean, I haven't written a joke about that recently.
All right.
So look, hey man, I'm a free speech guy.
Just stop going on podcasts, man. Just stop. Yes. I mean, just stop going on the shows, man. Like, this isn't really, you're not helping yourself out. I mean, let me see if there's any more of these examples here.
Don't agree to things you don't want to hear.
Do you, Tim Pool, believe that as a moral issue, as a practical issue? Do you think that America should be a country in which every foreign national in the country should feel that they should never speak about American politics under pain of legal punishment?
No.
You don't think that that's...
Well,
you don't agree with that?
You presented me an absolute. Right? You gave me the extreme end.
Okay, so Rumesa Öztürk, I think, is a really illustrative example because it was such a mild
understand
version.
That they've made an agreement upon entering this country that if they are in violation of the terms of their visa, it may be revoked. If they come here with the intent of advocating against U.S. foreign policy, that is a consequence. Speech has consequences. I think we're getting hung up on the issue that I've clearly answered, and I understand maybe you don't understand, but...
Yeah, I agree with Tim about this. We don't need foreign agitators. Yep, we don't need it.
Why won't you go to the UK?
Let's see if there's any more examples of this.
I think the issue is, the saying has been for a long time that the left takes Trump literally but not seriously, and the right takes him seriously but not literally. So
that's such a good quote. I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty good quote.
The question is, what does that mean? Like, the question is, what's going to happen from Trump's directive? You can't tariff a movie. How? However, he can find ways to penalize offshoring of CGI or choosing to film Chicago, but in Vancouver.
But he's not going to do that because he doesn't have coherent policy about literally anything. Even tariffs, the one thing that he the regular tariffs, right? The one thing he really cares about, he's just fucking winging it, like saying random shit, doing math that doesn't make any sense, making deals, canceling deals, like just causing chaos because he has the attention span of a gnat. The reciprocal tariff stuff where they did it based on the trade deficit and all.
That was a little iffy. I don't like the way he did the tariffs. I think if you're going to do tariffs, you have to get a lot of eggs in order before you just start charging everyone for imports. And the way he calculated that, with the trade deficit, I think that was really weird.
All that shit.
But it was on the chart.
Again.
The chart said...
You're going to stump for the chart? You're going to back up the chart?
Well, you're arguing they didn't argue a thing that was literally on the picture they showed.
Oh yeah. The math was very dumb.
The math they presented said including trade imbalance and things like that.
Yeah.
So
it said including trade imbalances and other types of structural disadvantages. That's what it said.
Like they said, here's our
Yes.
and then someone did the math and they were like, he basically took
Yes.
existing tariffs and then added in the trade deficit.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. And wow, and there it is. It should have just what was this here? And I kept bringing up the non-monetary barriers. Yes, the non-monetary barriers, and that's it. And so let's go back. We'll look at like maybe one or two more of these. Then there's some other stuff that I want to look at. But yeah. Anyway, Adam does look like a man. In my opinion, I think he looks like a fucking moron. Absolute fucking moron.
The claim about a threat to our national security is grossly overestimated. The claim that these people have adhered to Hamas is grossly overestimated. That being said, it is still completely legal in that an individual who comes here on a conditional visa not violate the conditions of that visa.
Sure.
So it's
legal. No. But dude, I'm asking you, like, do you think it's good for America that like college students who are here on a student visa because of political speech are being thrown into vans and having legal things be done? Sure, it's narrowly legal.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
We don't need foreign agitators.
Yep. Because they're doing it in support of a terrorist organization. They're actively disrupting the school. And in a lot of cases, they're breaking the law. If these three things weren't happening, then the answer would not be yes. But usually they are, so the answer is yes.
Legal, but like, you know, she's being put in a prison, and then she's being like forcibly deported. Do you
W. Huge W, do it again.
If you break the law, you know, that's what happens.
I think that's good for America. Like,
yes, absolutely. Get foreign agitators out of our fucking country. You can't vote here. I don't want to have you protesting and breaking laws here either. Get the fuck out.
Like, this is okay. So you know,
marginally,
absolutely.
You think what do you think is good, even marginally? Like, what's the
ban free speech? I don't consider people that are not citizens to have the full rights of free speech. I don't.
And that is the key. Is that the Constitution the Constitution has these provisions for American citizens. If you're not an American citizen, you don't get these protections. The U.S. government has no obligation to protect your rights as a non-American citizen. The First Amendment may not necessarily apply to you as a non-U.S. citizen. Now, do I think people should, be able to say innocuous things? Absolutely. But if you're not a citizen and you're coming to America and you're inciting this foreign ideology or this non-American, if you're coming into our country and you're inciting non-American or if you're coming to this country and you are espousing non-American views, then yeah, I think the First Amendment doesn't apply to you. And if you're on a visa and you make this agreement that you're not going to say this stuff, and then you say that stuff, yeah, you broke the agreement. Whatever happens is honestly kind of your fault.
I don't think that the Constitution should apply to people who aren't citizens. Why not? Because I just don't think it should. That's why. It's the American Constitution. They're not Americans.
It's as simple as that.
It's simple.
minor small benefit to America.
Do not
we'll
come
weigh
to
that
our country and rally against it and its interests.
Yeah.
And I apply this too to any of these
what is the U.S. interest that her writing an op-ed?
Suez Canal.
The Suez Canal?
Right.
Let's see if there's any more of these. I think this is the other one. If there's any more of these. Okay, here we go. And this is more him talking. It's not simple because non-Americans can be slaves under that point of view. No, that's not true because owning a slave is also illegal. That's just like, I understand that, like, you might think that that was like a clever gotcha, but it's not.
You know, a deep down American value is our belief in hard work. We are told as children that if you just work hard enough, if you make the right moves at the job, you can improve your lot in life and be anything you want to be.
Yes.
But in recent years, a lot of us have started to realize that that is, simply put, a fucking lie. The machinery of social mobility has...
The problem is that there is a degree of this that's true, but people like Adam, and this is the biggest problem with people like Adam, is that they have some ideals that I agree with, and this is why I'm the most critical of people like Adam, is that to a degree, what he's saying is true. But to a degree also, and I think a larger degree, what he is saying is not true.
Broken down in America because more American workers are more productive than ever. But most of the gains in our economy for the last 40 years have gone only to those at the top.
And this is why it's so disappointing to see people like Adam try to stump for giving children puberty blockers and supporting Hamas and what was the other one? Oh, right, like lying about like Trump saying things. Is that there are a number of things that he's saying like this that I agree with. But the problem is that this is what, like, you just destroy all credibility whenever you say something like the earth is flat or like children should take puberty blockers. I don't know which one's
wages for
dumber.
regular workers, the people working our asses off every single day, have not kept pace. You know, it can be hard to imagine making a better life for your family when the top 10% of households in this country hold 2/3 of the wealth. And that is why so many of us feel that American value of hard work is bullshit, that we are just treading water no matter how hard we try.
So this is the type of stuff that people like this push, and it is it's very disappointing. And you can see again that people like this do it. Let me, and then we're gonna move on. Let's see here. Why is he changing topics? Wait, which topic? What do you mean? He's literally Rich saying that? Well, of course he is.
And it wasn't particularly over racial issues. I don't know what that means.
Rich saying that? Well, of course he is.
Correction, it wasn't particularly over racial issues. I don't know what that means.
You love Trump so much. It's funny you're pulling up his awards.
I don't know how you think I
he's won so many racial awards.
I think it's weird that you think I love Trump.
I mean, you're here talking.
And to be perfect, I'm gonna be real here. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Tim Pool do kind of be loving Trump sometimes. He does have a certain amount of love for that man. I know he'll criticize Trump whenever he thinks he does something wrong. You know, may not necessarily be exactly the things that I would criticize him for, but for the most part they overlap. But I do think he has some amount of love for Trump.
It's crazy how it's crazy how dishonest these people are, isn't it? It's actually insane. It's almost like a programming Yeah, it's like the same dishonest bullshit. Yeah, it's
And about how great his
unbelievable.
approval numbers are. Like
That's a fact. That's a fact statement.
Your YouTube headlines are all like Trump is crushing, his numbers are up, well, you know, and the rest of the press is like his numbers are down. And
I never said his numbers were up. I literally just told you right now, because of the tariffs, his numbers have gone down.
Dude, look.
I went on Piers Morgan and said Trump's approval is absolutely down. And I said, you don't got to look at corporate press. Take a look at Rasmussen. They love.
And I think this might be a symptom of when Adam did research on Tim, he probably went to his YouTube channel and then scrolled down and just saw some of the headlines. Didn't check the dates or anything, because Tim uploads daily. And when he uploads a video, he'll give it a video title, and that will be the title. But the news changes every day. He doesn't go back and change the video title. No, he just makes a new video saying, okay, this is now what the press is saying. These are the developments in this, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, this is what, you know, I maybe got wrong. This is what I thought was going to happen, and turned out it didn't. But, you know, you could easily go back like X amount of months and find a Tim Pool video that says, oh, Trump's ratings went up. And then you can go back another X number of months and see, oh, Trump's approval ratings went down. And if you're retarded, you might look at that and say, oh, well, this guy, he's contradicting himself. He's saying one thing here and another thing there. But no, it's just things change. The world changes and the news changes with it.
Trump, and they have Trump down 4 points.
Let me ask you something.
I don't think you watch my show.
I don't watch it that much. I've looked at like.
I don't think he watches at all.
Your YouTube headlines.
I think that's all he's ever done is look at the YouTube headlines, and I don't think he even checked like the date for when these headlines were ever posted. I think he just did like a 10-second scroll down of his YouTube channel, and that was it.
I never said. Correction, it wasn't.
Right, yeah. I read the headline, and that's what it said. Yeah, it's some high school teenager passive-aggressive stuff. Well, has it ever occurred to you that maybe that's part of the underlying reason why I think that we shouldn't let kids get on the internet? Has that ever occurred to you that maybe is all of this coming together? Because I understand this is the economy for that kind of stuff. Let me go back. I gotta use the bathroom, and then we'll look at it.
Also, I just gotta say, the more I think about the idea of we shouldn't let kids on the internet, the more I think that it's probably actually a really good idea. You know, that's not something I ever like thought about too much. You know, maybe a little bit. But the more I kind of think about it critically, the more I'm like, yeah, why is the age limit for X, why is the age limit 13? Like, that's kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, even given the fact there's adult content on there, I get there's like age blockers and everything, but like, I don't think that that's good. I think I don't think people who aren't going to be voting in America should have their I don't really know how important their opinions are to the conversation. I think this applies to non-US citizens, but I also think it kind of applies to kids. I don't think the opinions of either of those groups. Now, you know, maybe you hear an opinion, you're like, okay, well, that guy from another country made a good point, or this, 15-year-old kid made a pretty good point. But I think for the most part, all it does is harm. But that's pretty much the video. This was a fun endeavor. Took a lot longer than I thought it would, but hopefully it won't be as long after I cut it up. The original video here is 30 minutes, so I hope it's not going to be too much more than an hour. But this has been a fun time, and I may do this more in the future. We will see. If you liked it, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, comment, yada yada yada, and I will see you guys next time.